One of my favorite C.J. Sullivan lines when he talks about when people talk about Nathan Lane.
What did they sing? Isn't that your blood
God,
is poison? No, that's Bell Biv DeVoe.
God, that's when you knew someone was kind of weak in college, when they actually liked that they were so bad. When you were cool in college was when you listened to NWA's Straight Outta Compton. That's when you knew you were a badass. When that came out in 1988, that was like a game changer, my friend. Game changer. They made a movie about that, for crying out loud.
How many times did you actually say the name of the band?
What? And
did you like privately? Were you just like,
oh no,
no,
I don't recall. You know something? I don't recall ever saying that, because
she told me that too. She's never said the N-word in her whole life. She has never said a racial slur ever in her life, and that blew me away. I've said them all.
Oh yeah, well of course, because it's fucking. You're a product of the rough suburbs of Chicago. It makes perfect sense. At the same time, like an ethnic thing. Okay, here's the thing about it. I remember saying the N-bomb once when I was 11 years old, and I got scolded very hard,
dude.
Not by my parents. It was my brother and his friends. Like, don't fucking say that.
Do you want to know what?
And this is like in Virginia, which is a pretty redneck state. You know,
as a kid, some of the hardest I've ever laughed is. We were driving home from seeing Batman Forever. It was me, my sister. No, this was Toy Story. It was me, my sister, and my uncle.
Yeah.
And we were driving home. It was when McDonald's had the 50-piece nugget. Do you remember that? So, because he got me and my sister
that is just capitalism gone haywire. Is a 50 McNugget. Like, we have to have we're going to grow these chickens without beaks, and then we're going to fucking make them for food. Anyway.
So we were driving, and this black dude ran across the road.
Yeah.
And
you're with who you with? You're with your father?
My uncle. And me and my sister.
Yeah.
And he wasn't, we laughed about it, but he had one of those old ass car phones, those big brick phones.
Absolutely.
And after the dude ran across the street, someone called him, and he was just telling him, like, yeah, I'm with my niece and my nephew. We just saw Batman Forever. Some porch monkey just ran across the road.
Didn't miss a beat.
And me and my sister collapsed laughing because he said it so like, and then this porch monkey comes coming, and I thought it was the funniest thing ever.
Because it was so just matter of fact.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah. Like that. Like that's how it embedded your racism.
You think it's right? I didn't know it was a racial slur.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like, this scumbag runs across the road.
Chicago. Tell you what, Chicago, it's old school in a lot of ways still.
Right, let me get my notebook because I got stuff written down.
But I like it. I always will like Chicago. I love it, you know. But
I mean, even growing up, the only racial slurs I ever heard were against Mexicans.
Yeah.
So
I remember in high school, me and my friend Ryan Reed. Do you remember the movie? Do you remember Not Another Teen Movie?
Oh yeah.
Like a spoof of teen movies that came out in the year 2000. There's a scene.
Bad era.
So
of young person film.
That movie makes fun of the Asian. You know, in the 80s they had the Asian foreign exchange student.
Of course, yeah.
So in Not Another Teen Movie, they make fun of that. We're gonna get going after I tell the story.
Sure, I'm listening.
And then so they have this Asian character who's like from the suburbs but is overly fucking Asian.
Yeah.
And there's this scene in Not Another Teen Movie where they're leaving class, the Asian ninja kicks a dude and then goes, "Chinks in the house." Me and my friend Ryan Reed for all of sophomore year would scream that in the halls of my fucking high school.
Yeah.
And like would get laughs, like we crushed because we would yell "Chinks in the house." He messaged me that on Facebook. I posted a comment of that, and he said that was his comment on one of my Facebook posts. And I kind of had to play it off. I didn't want to be like, "Hey, man."
Yeah, exactly.
So I was just like, I remember going like, I was like, "Ha, yeah, we were fucking dumb back then," and he was just like, "I'm still about it."
Yeah,
he still probably screams it.
Yeah, no shit. Holds on. You're not going to change me. No, believe me, there's just a certain age thing in that too. There's certain things you don't say as you get older. You know what I mean? Like you sort of mature out of. I'll tell you this much, and I want to say this with the what I would call gay rights, which I'm sure dates me when I say that. So it's got to be LBGT, but you know,
there's
what I would call gay
then.
rights. You know, the good thing about that, it cured me from saying the word faggot. It stopped me from saying it, which you know, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it is because I said it a lot. It was In my
I
vocabulary,
just made a playlist on Spotify and I named it Gay because it's a lot of gay songs.
But it's just, I mean, when I think about that, it's like I'm just glad I don't do that anymore. I mean, that's just there's a cuttingness. It's not as hateful as the N-bomb, but it's close. It's in the ballpark, you know. If it's said a certain way, you faggot. I mean, I remember going to sporting events like in the late 70s and early 80s, and like people crowd like, yeah, you fucking faggot. I mean, yelling faggot loudly in public. You know, at a player, I remember sitting in the fucking bleachers.
This episode is going to be just you saying that. I'm going to take out the 5 seconds and I'm going to be like,
I mean, people said it, you know, and it was like, and I remember being like, it's kind of funny. Like I was a bystander, I guess. I guess I wasn't so neutral because it made it into my vernacular vocabulary. In my 20s and 30s, I said it all the time.
All right.
I'm sure I said it fucking thousands of times.
Probably more. All right, you ready to roll?
You know? Yeah.
All right, let's fucking.
We're priming. We're priming for the show.
Oh yeah,
it's a good thing.
All right.
We're gonna watch this Angels in America thing.
Oh, definitely.
You know.
All right. I'm gonna 5 countdown, and then I have to do a whole process here.
Okay, let's start the show with this catchy tune.
Hey, everybody.
Tell you what, that song gets my mind going.
It's good. It's that's why I like having a nice little pause.
Yes.
It takes 2 minutes to start the show. We get to sit here.
Exactly.
Have our thoughts. We fire off before the show. Yeah.
Just going through my insecurities, you know.
Welcome in, everybody. I am Keith Pazel. This is my podcast. Here with Adam Crocious, as always. Watching Speed.
Exactly.
A lot going on.
Got a lot going on.
Got Amy Homely Barrett coming in.
Yes, I mean,
we got Angels in America trailer.
Weren't you the one that were thinking, no, there's precedent.
I had hope.
They're going to hold off. No, they're not going to hold off. It's the cherry on top to just a horrific presidency. Okay, that's a little preview of what we're going to say. Go ahead.
I think we got young Keanu here.
Yes, in Speed. Keanu is definitely on his height. I mean, it's funny you call him young Keanu because this is when I think of him. This is what I think of. This is 25 fucking years ago.
No, now when I think of Keanu, I think of the ponytail, the man bun Keanu.
Yeah, well, I think he's
probably
like 58.
Knows how to play the guitar, the banjo, all the stringed instruments. Has a band. I'm sure he has a band.
Oh, he was in Dog Star. He was in the band Dog Star in the 90s.
What the fuck is Dog Star?
Dog Star was his band. I told you the story. I think I told the story on the show.
You saw Dog Star?
No, I didn't
right?
see. No, here's what it was. I was living with a woman.
She wanted to see Dog Star.
And she's like, I want to see this band Dog Star. They're playing at Park West. I was like, I need a ride there. I was like, I'll give you a ride, you know. So, and we're kind of prepping, and I didn't really know a Dog Star. I hadn't really heard of them. I had a faint memory, faint knowledge of it. So we get close to it, and I'm like, God, there's all these women. and like young women kind of my age, a little bit older, a little bit younger, within my range. I'm like, and it's all these women. I'm like, well, what's going on? I said, oh yeah, Keanu Reeves is the bass player in Dog Star. So she wanted to go see. I mean, that's what he was. I mean, he was, he was a fucking dude, man. He had a creative side, Yeah, but a lot of those guys don't transfer well into music. They want to be musicians because they know it'd be cool, but they can't do it.
Well, they try and be too, deep
Yeah, I know.
feel
Yeah,
like.
just or else. Did
Play
you see,
covers or
do you
something
know
like that.
Who was that? Was it Russell Crowe had 4 grunts? What was it called? The 4
something like
non-grunts,
that.
You know, and they show his crowd. It's all women.
And then, like I talked
They
about,
love him.
Billy Bob Thornton's got his band.
Oh yeah, we talked about that. Oh yeah, you wouldn't if you had Tom Petty in here, like trying to take. Yeah, exactly. Just listen. You're an actor in a fucking band. Okay, and that's cool. Do your thing. You know, you're allowed to do that. You know, but you're not that good. So.
So Jeff
Let's admit
Daniels
that
is
too.
not dead yet. I thought he would
He's
be
not
dead
dead.
already.
Oh, dude, this guy's had a bizarre trajectory.
Oh, no, I'm just saying in this movie.
No, he's not. He dies a
should
little bit
be-
later.
okay.
Yeah, he
Look
should
at
have
that
though.
computer in the background. It's the green fucking
That
letters.
screen, I remember those. Those are the ones I remember. And thinking this was like the height of technology.
That's even before even it was called an operating system.
Although
It was just the entire computer.
Yeah, exactly. It was a glorified.
Nothing was
calculator.
fun about computers.
Oh yeah, no, it was very. I know. In fact, that's the reason why I never really got into them.
Dude,
you
in
know?
second grade, we took computer class, and I kind of hated it.
Yeah, I remember doing it in the 8th grade, like learning the language BASIC. 10, 20, it would do like here, and you'd write this 10-step program that like would show a fish going across the screen.
No,
And
we were past
I
that.
couldn't even do that. I
We
couldn't
had-
even do that, my friend. That's how technologically inept I was back in 1983 in Mr. Regnaris' class.
We
Anyway,
had number
I'm
munchers.
fired up.
We
Yeah.
had fucking there were games at that point, little educational
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
But we had to learn the keyboarding. Once we got into 4th and 5th grade, we had to take keyboarding.
Interesting. I had it in the 8th.
Oh, it was so stressful. And then you had the final. I crushed it. And then the final test, they cover the fucking keyboard because the first few tests they cover portions of the keyboard
yeah.
and they make you not look. But for the final thing, you had to type out an entire paragraph with the keys covered.
You see, it's funny you mentioned that because
And I was so stressed about it.
Oh, absolutely.
I nailed it,
Absolutely.
but it took me.
Yeah, you had to
some of
work-
my friends breezed through it.
But it was work for you. You had to
Oh,
focus.
yeah.
You had to focus. Well, good for you. There's a lesson learned in
I
that.
think you
didn't
couldn't
quit.
It was one of those things where they were like, you cannot pass the 5th grade unless you
Yeah.
fucking ace your keyboarding shit.
It's, I had typing. This is where I had a typing class. This is how fucking old I am.
Saves women's lives.
Typing. And you took it, and I was taught about.
Oh, he's about to kill a fucking baby.
That's always the cliche. But then they thought they killed the baby, but someone was a woman pushing her cans, man. Like that was a twist because it was a play on the cliche of like French Connection.
I love that
when the
she's-
French Connection had that. That was like, whoa, you're gonna hit a baby. That was a very dramatic moment. In
They're keeping it
1971.
real, though. A homeless person would try and beat up that bus.
Yeah,
would
they
absolutely
got gritty
try
for
and do
this one.
that.
They went down to Skid Row and filmed. But anyway, yeah, Keanu. We went off on a tangent there, but yeah, he was like, that was like, I'm trying to think the breakthrough for him. What was the breakthrough role for him that truly made him? Because he was in a bunch of stuff. He was in Dracula. He was
Keanu?
Yeah, and then he was also in like.
Here, let's look up his later fucking.
Well, I remember in '87.
He did have a chill period in the 90s where he was just like I feel like this might have been almost a return.
No, well, he was in 90.
Or like, I'm not Bill and Ted, dude.
Yeah. Well, I think it's him definitely trying to make the leap out of that. It was Bill and Ted. We just
When
hit it
did
right
the
there.
fucking surf robber movie happen?
That happened in '91. That movie was
They
huge.
remade that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, C.J. Sullivan had a great line one
See,
time.
that's when. That's
No,
where,
the C.J. Sullivan line. I just want to say he was saying. He was just like, he was in a theater one time and some dude yelled, "They better not mess that one up," when he saw a preview for Point Break. He's like, yeah, you better not mess up Point Break. It was hilarious.
I always forget
that
about the movie.
masterpiece.
I always forget about the movie Parenthood.
Yeah, he was in. I saw Parenthood with Jamie Stout on a date.
So after
She liked me,
Dracula,
and I
we
didn't
have
know-
much
I
ado
didn't
about.
deal with her very well, man. I could have nailed her. Sorry. How's that for a reveal?
It's all right.
Anyway, go ahead. I'm
We
sorry.
have Much Ado About Nothing.
Yeah. Well, he was also like Dangerous Liaisons, like a period piece with Malkovich and
Even the
Close.
Cowgirls Get the Blues. That seems like a title of like, this is going to be my movie.
Yeah, exactly.
I've done all that stuff for Hollywood. This one's for me.
Well, I think that wasn't that.
Let's
was
see what
a
this
novel.
movie's
It was a
about.
novel written by. It was a novel. I can't think of the author's name right now. I should know him.
Oh, wow. It's got what looks like fucking Andy McDowell squatting like a catcher and hitchhiking. That's like the poster.
You know, man.
It's based on a Tim Robbins,
Tom Robbins.
novel.
Tom, Still Life of the Woodpecker.
Gus Van Sant.
Wait, what?
It's Gus Van Sant, so you know it's fucking damaged children wandering.
Well, that's what My Own Private Idaho, which he did with Gus Van Sant,
that's
too.
all fucking
I know.
Goodwill
Gay
Hunting
street
is.
hustlers and shit.
That's all Goodwill Hunting is.
Yeah.
Is fucking dickholes from Boston being all upset.
Yeah, I'll say this much: the one thing Van Sant catches pretty well, he captures fucked up youth very well, I think.
Dude, that's a cancelable moment, and so I love the remake of Psycho because it's shot for shot.
Yeah.
Like it's no different. It's just in color.
Well,
and
I think there's some
I
difference,
guess
but
the
not a lot.
subtext of the original one was that Perkins was gay. He's like a closeted gay guy.
Absolutely, because that's what he was in real life.
Yeah.
But
And I remember when Gus Van Sant was talking about making the movie, and I think it's Vince Vaughn, when they were asking him for the part, Vince was talking to Gus Van Sant, and he goes, "So you're going to make him a fag?" And Gus was just like, "Yeah." That's how much they threw. We were talking about that off air, about how in the 90s that word was just there.
Again, we were saying this as we were priming. For those of you, we have a process we go through, kind of an informal
Sean
process.
Young is in Even Cowgirls Get the Blues.
Wow. Oh, God, she was still... Yeah, that's like...
Jesus Christ. So the film is a transgressive romp. I don't know if you knew about that. Covering topics from homosexuality and free love to drug use and political rebellion to animal rights to body odor and religious.
It's very
religions.
West Coast. He's very
Jesus
Portland
Christ.
to me, man.
So he's the narrator. Uma Thurman's in it. Lorraine Bracco. Angie Dickinson, who's the fucking punchline of every fucking alt comic.
She has a bizarre career. That woman has a career.
Pat Morita as the Chink.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, did that come out? Like, what year was that? Was that 92?
94.
It was 94. Okay.
No,
okay.
93 and then 94.
Okay.
It was released twice. For
My
some
original
reason.
instinct was 93. I should have
This
said
movie
93.
cost $8 million to make.
Yeah, so it made it a little bit of a budget.
River Phoenix, Edwin James,
Yeah.
you could tell he just fucking paid people in heroin to be in this movie.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Carol Kane, Rain Phoenix, they got the other Phoenix sister in there, Ed Begley Jr., my guy.
Yeah,
So this
that
movie,
had a cast.
This movie got first. This was one of the worst movies of that year. First worst, second worst,
Well,
eighth worst by the Rolling Stone.
Yeah, I give Van Sant credit because he's been able to survive, But he captures fucked up.
K.D. Lang did the soundtrack.
Oh God, she was such like the lesbian at the time.
Oh, my mom loved K.D. Lang.
Expressing K.D. Lang.
What was the song? Fucking. What was her big hit?
I don't know. She's like gay Patsy Cline.
Constant craving.
She was.
I hate K.D. Lang, dude. My mom likes some garbage Lilith Fair fucking music.
Oh yeah, that was big in the '90s. Absolutely. There was like
Fucking-
women like with rock and stuff.
Tori Amos was the only one I accepted.
It was also like
I like fucking Amy.
was Joan Osborne part
She's
of that?
good. Amy Mann is good.
But then it was also like McLaughlin, Catherine.
Sarah McLachlan
Sarah
is
McLachlan.
fire. She's more poppy, but like Sean. So check this out: Spin Doctors, Blues Traveler, Lisa Loeb,
They were all
and
the
Joan
same
Osborne.
band.
They all came up in the same music scene.
Yeah.
They would all just fucking noodle in fucking blues clubs all night. Like
Yeah.
that's why their concerts are 9.5 hours long.
Yeah.
because they came up in the fucking Lower East Side,
Side music of
just
like the
playing
late
fucking
80s,
for
early
7.5
90s.
hours in a fucking.
Yep.
You see Joan Osborne perform for 9. I had a residency. I lived on stage.
Listen, Wicker Park was that way, man, in '92, and that Smashing Pumpkins were the head of it. But there was like Veruca Salt. It wasn't quite as robust, but there was Ministry was part of that.
I always forget
Chicago had a scene.
Keanu was in My Own Private Idaho. He got butt fucked in that movie. Everybody gets butt fucked in that movie.
It's about gay street hustlers. Again, buttressing my point, so to speak.
Butt fucking your point.
That Gus Van Sant captures fucked up youth well. Okay, I know this is a huge statement. We're making a statement on this podcast. I'm going to make really obvious statements.
Well, I think we can
Citizen Kane, an important movie.
It's not his best movie, by the way.
What? Who's
fucking
Orson Welles?
Yeah.
Well, what's his best?
What's the one that fucking I forget the title of it. It's like a murder mystery. Let me see.
Wells.
It's one of his last ones before he truly got like morbidly obese and lost his fucking shit.
Well, he directed, he produced, he wrote the fucking thing. He was 26 years old. Like just creating that, like, I can put it together. I'm trained in Shakespeare, and
The Magnificent Ambersons.
Yeah.
Magnificent Ambersons is regarded as one of Wells's masterpieces.
Yeah.
Although reams have been written about his second feature, what remains of it, nevertheless, is a major accomplishment.
Yeah.
I think it just at the time was like, it's not Citizen Kane, and then like years later, they were like, actually, it's better.
Everyone has to say it's the greatest. Citizen Kane is the great. I'd say one of the greatest movies ever. Night of the Hunter with Robert Mitchum. That's one of the best movies ever, man. You want to see. There are so many movies that have just thieved from that movie. It's such a good movie.
From Citizen Kane?
No, it's not Citizen Kane. Yes, it's in that ballpark. But I mean, I'm saying Night of the Hunter, the Robert Mitchum movie, where he plays a con man preacher that goes around to different towns. The plot of the movie is he's trying to kill 2 children, and they're trying to get away from him. That's the plot of the movie. But they do it like in this Hansel and Gretel style. Like there's this whole German expressionist thing that was. I'm sure there was like Nazi, like filmmakers who got out of Nazi Germany who were still around in Hollywood, like in the 40s and 50s.
The Stranger.
They like were contributing to that.
See, at least we're normal. We have to look these up. I'm always weary of people who could just fire off Orson Welles' filmography.
Yeah.
Just like,
I just know it.
What did you? Yeah.
I mean, he's a name. We're talking about him right now. We're going freeform. Speaking of the 9-hour jam coming up in the same music scene, Paisel, we're going to just freeform it on our podcast.
So this Stranger movie is the only one of his that was ever a box office success. Look it back. It cost $1.3 million and earned $2.25. And movies were in theaters for like 9.5 years back then. At 15 months, it was in theaters. It had grossed $3.216 million.
It's because, a movie was literally like a nickel or a dime. Maybe it was a quarter in a big city.
It's called The Stranger. It's about someone sitting on their hands.
What's the first price of a ticket you remember? What was the price of a
I don't know,
because when
I don't really know when I was a kid, but I do know that my parents took us to the movies all the time.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, I'd go.
Like my dad was...
I liked him. It was fun.
I remember one time my dad had my grandpa take me and my sister and him to the theater that was like not the good theater. There was what the fuck was it? It's nice now, but it was in Ford Heights. It was near Ford Heights, which was the bad neighborhood.
I was going to say, yeah. And by bad, what do you mean, Keith?
Oh, Ford Heights was the fucking poorest suburb in the country at one point.
It was black, right? It was in Ford Heights.
Well, no, it was also aggressively dangerous and poor.
Yeah.
Like
Harvey level, like Harvey level.
Oh, yeah. My neighborhood was black.
Yeah.
Ford Heights was like my parents wouldn't, if I told them that's where I was going, they would stop me.
They'd be like, no, you're not going to go there. Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Like you drive through it now, it looks run the fuck down.
Man, Harvey, I remember I tried doing some business in Harvey.
It's not a thriving area.
Some southern suburbs are truly just, they've like rotted out, and like, I mean, there's a lot of malls down there that have just died because shopping malls have died off. So they're just these giant structures that haven't had anything for years.
So we were in that area.
Jesus
and
Christ.
we saw the movie Curly Sue with fucking Jim Belushi. And some curly-headed little child who I think became a porn star. Yeah. Or like...
You got involved in the adult entertainment industry.
I'm going to look that up here in a second.
She was so cute when she was 8. No,
I remember after the movie, we walked to some random fucking bar.
With your dad?
Yeah. And we had to call my grandpa to come pick us up in his giant Cadillac.
Man.
And like I just remember sitting on... Do you know those like fucking basketball hoops they had one of these and the lighting was very purple in this bar. Yeah. I don't know how old I was, but I don't think I was it was when Curly Sue was in theaters.
Yeah, I mean, you were probably like, what, 7?
Oh, no. Let me see.
I mean, yeah, maybe even like younger.
I was like 3 or 4.
Whoa. Because you were born in 87, right? Holy shit. I thought maybe this was like 93 that movie came out.
So let's see. 91. Ooh, so this was 1991. I was 4.
Jesus Christ.
John Hughes fucking written it. This was his last movie, I think. Man, it really just fucking almost made its money back. So we saw Curly Sue. We did love the movie.
Yeah.
But I remember sitting at this bar waiting for my grandpa, and like my dad was getting hammered at this bar. But my point is, my dad didn't make a lot of money, and we had a night.
So it was a good feeling. Exactly.
I had fun.
Yeah.
I mean, growing up, I remember whenever my dad would have us in fucked up situations, my anger was never like, we're in danger. It was always like, I'm bored, dude. Like, I want to leave. Like, I'm tired of sitting in this bar.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I think even at one point he was making my grandpa stay outside. Like, my grandpa was there, and he was just like, I'm going to have another drink.
I'll be out in a second, Dad.
I remember one time.
That's bringing kids to bars. If you said that to people here in LA, I think they'd be mortified.
Oh, people would probably say I was abused.
Yeah, you're abused.
As a kid.
It's just like, well, that's what you fucking did in Chicago.
I had a good time.
I remember going to bars when I was a kid and I didn't like them.
One time we went...
When I was like 12, 14.
I'm going to kind of tell two separate stories, but they end up correlating. I remember I bought a Swamp Thing action figure from Kmart one time, and this was a real prime piece.
Absolutely.
It looked like the Swamp Thing from the second movie, which is my favorite one. It's a more buff-formed Swamp Thing. The first one, he's all fucking...
Yeah, he's
just a dude in a green suit. So I got this Swamp Thing doll.
They put some money and they made the Swamp Thing look better.
I had it like it was attached to me. Like I would bring action figures with me everywhere. It would be like in my pocket. I remember I went to the doctor and I had a Captain America in my pants.
Yep.
And I asked the doctor, "Do you want to see my Captain America?" And they thought I was going to whip my dick out. And I pulled an action figure out of my pants.
Were they like, oh?
Oh, they loved it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I had this fucking Swamp Thing, and my dad took us to some random fucking house. I still don't know whose house it was. It was huge. There were several people there.
Oh yeah, it was a party.
And I think this was pre-Coke era. I think my dad just went there to drink.
Yeah.
But I remember it was pouring fucking rain.
Yeah.
And I had my Swamp Thing doll. I remember setting it on like a dresser, like a table.
Yeah.
And then we left. And on the way home, we got into a car accident. My grandpa fucking slammed into some fucking guy.
Yeah.
And like my dad was all hammered. And I remember we got into an accident and my dad immediately got out of the car. And I remember my first instinct was like, well, he's going to fight. Like, this is going to be a fight.
Yeah.
But he ended up being really fucking mature for how drunk he was. Like, I think he just was...
snapped him in a little bit.
He was trying to be, like, in control of the situation, which my grandpa was still kind of spry. He probably could have jumped out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I remember the part, me being more annoyed over anything that, like, I was like, fuck, I left my Swamp Thing there.
Yeah.
To this day, I've never found a Swamp Thing action figure that... I bought one a month later, and it was just this garbage... lime green fucking weird generation Swamp Thing figure.
Yeah.
The limbs had like you'd pull, it was like one of those dolls where you would yank it and then it would pull back together.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was just like I remember my aunt bought it for me because I had been moaning about this fucking and I just remember it was one of the times where I was just kind of like, yeah, thanks. Like, this is not the same.
But it's not your fault that you put up the Swamp Thing on the roof of the car. It's your dad. I mean, you were 5 years old or whatever, 4 years old. You know what I mean? Like you said, like, oh yeah, you were upset. Like, but like, it's their fault, right? I mean, I hope you weren't blaming yourself for that.
Oh,
that's what I heard.
No, I was just upset that I lost that bomb ass action.
But you
figure.
didn't lose it though. I mean, your father should have known to take it off.
Well, no, I left it at the house. The house we were at.
But your dad still should. Your dad still should have been like, "Hey, man, you remember that?"
I remember putting it in a drawer. Like we were there for a while.
Yeah.
And dude, that is the fucking. That's how protected you were in old school Cadillacs. We were flying down Sauk Trail, dude, in the rain, fucking literally a boat on the ocean.
Yeah.
And we fucking...
Did you just barrel into a car?
We fucking barreled into this fucking guy, dude. Like going 40 miles an hour.
And you guys were okay, though, because you're in a big-ass car.
There was no damage to my grandpa's car.
I know. They were fucking... Well, those cars weighed like 3,800 pounds.
So one of the corner headlight bent back a little bit.
Equation.
The corner headlight bent back a little bit, and it had one of those bumpers that had the big metal teeth on the front.
Oh, yeah. And those were like metal fucking bumpers.
And I remember the bumper bent back, and that damage on the front was on that car for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Like as far as I can remember, that tail light, the headlight and the bumper was bent.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't get it fixed or anything, or
a lot of car accidents when I was a kid. My mom was backing out one time. She had a fucking Oldsmobile.
Yeah.
And she was backing out of her parking spot, and someone fucking whacked into the back of us. We got to stay home from school that day. That was exciting.
Yeah.
Because she was driving us to school. There was no going back at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
But the big one I remember, this is when I was like, this might have been right after my parents' divorce. This was slightly traumatizing.
Yeah.
So this was when my dad still had a license. He had a baby blue Chevy Cavalier.
Yeah.
This might have been one that like it was a rental car. It had like a rubber strip in the door. And I even think it was one of those blow cars where you had to like blow in it to fucking...
to start it?
To start it. It had something to do with a DUI. It was like this is your last chance car.
I think your dad
it was a last chance vehicle.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, his license, he used to show me his license, the one that was like...
the second to last one, the last one?
No, the last one. That got... It had holes in it from tickets being stapled to it. That was back when you could get like 47 DUIs.
Yeah.
Before your shit got taken away. But I remember here's what I remember vividly about that. I remember us driving down the street, don't know where we were going. It was my dad driving, my dad's best friend Larry, who was one of the top 5 funniest people I ever met in my life. Yeah. Number 1 is Willie Morgan. Hilarious. One of, like the guy that like you should be a comedian. Yeah. Like a famous comic.
Yeah. Just a naturally
hysterical
funny person. Yeah.
So Larry was in the front seat. Some other fuckers were in the back seat. It was loaded. And we were going to, other things were loaded in the car too. The back seat was ankle deep in beer cans.
And this is your dad's last car, right? This is his last chance.
Oh, yeah.
And it's still beer. He had a problem with the bottle.
Ankle deep in beer cans. And I remember I remember telling him, this was back when my grandma and my grandpa, my mom, anybody, whenever we would go somewhere, they would let me sit in the car and pretend I was driving. They would take the keys, turn off, like they would just let me. How wild was that, by the way?
Oh, I remember
that you would just let a child sit in a car unattended, like in a neighborhood with rapists.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I remember that was a form of babysitting. So lock the doors.
So I would pretend to drive while they would go to the grocery store and shit. And I remember telling my dad, I want to drive. But I meant like when we get to where we're going, I would like to drive.
Yeah.
This motherfucker grabs me and puts me on his lap.
Yeah.
While we're driving.
Yeah.
And just is like, all right, let's do this. And I remember I thought this is how you drove.
Yeah.
So I start doing that and we fucking hit somebody and he throws me in the back of the car and the cops come and my dad's friend Larry had to take me to a gas station and buy ice cream while my dad got arrested.
That should be in the act. Right there, it's a great story. It's a totally good story, man.
And looking back on it,
because I remember doing the same thing. But
I think the impetus of my dad telling Larry, who they called Lumpy, to the gas station is I think he was like, take him away while I lie to the cops.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
Because like they
just
can't
get him
know
away
he
from
was
the situation.
Driving.
Yeah. Yep.
I almost
you might say something.
You know what was fucking hilarious? My dad goes right before the cops come. He just goes, God damn it, Keith, you almost didn't hit him. Like we were so close from not getting into an accident.
Yeah, exactly. But it's also his decision to like, you shouldn't do that. At the same time, I'm of an era in the 70s. I have distinct memories. My grandfather let me sit in his lap when I was probably 5 or 6 years old, and he'd let me kind of put my hand, but I was very gentle with the steering, and he would just kind of gently hold it, and we went like the interstate. So it wasn't a lot of like turning and stuff, and I'd do that for 5 miles.
This is how
for
loose
8 miles.
the late 80s.
It was an exciting moment.
Here's how loose the late 80s, 90s were. All evidence is put forth to you in that accident.
Yeah.
I think what did him in was the beer cans. Like, I don't think it was the accident. I don't think it was him being drunk.
They were taking booze seriously.
I think it was like, dude, you have a backseat full of cans.
Yeah.
Like, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And that's when I think trauma kicked in, and I don't remember the rest of that day.
Yeah.
I remember being in a gas station eating ice cream, and this dude, Larry, just like talking to me. Yeah. And pretending like it was like this was a part of the trip. Like, oh, we're going to stop for gas.
Yeah.
I don't remember how I got home.
Yeah.
I remember my dad had to go to rehab after that because I remember we visited him at rehab, like inpatient rehab for a little bit. Like he was gone for a month.
Oof.
And then he got out and he used his AA book to prop up a table. That should be a fucking analogy for my dad's life. I told Laura
Tell you
Bites.
what, this works for
I told
me.
Laura Bites that, and she was borderline offended. I thought I was joking because she was
hilarious. It's
She
a
was
hilarious
showing her
line.
AA book. She had it, and I was like, "Oh, my dad had one of those. He used it to prop up a table."
Like thinking you're putting it down.
yeah. And she goes, "Oh, that book saved my life." And I'm just like, "Oh yeah, I know. I'm just saying."
Yeah,
like,
yeah. It's
My dad used it to prop up a table.
It's a reveal of your dad's character. It's not talking about her.
He always
Exactly.
had it in the house.
Yeah. The whole.
He quit drinking for a little bit after my sister was born. He got appendicitis and was vomiting blood, and they told him, if you don't quit drinking, you'll die. And he didn't quit drinking. I think he quit for a little bit years after that, but the appendicitis was not he lived through that. I think that was a large part of why my dad always thought he was invincible, because he had doctors tell him point blank, like, you're going to pass away.
Yeah.
If you don't fucking.
He's still alive. And that was
Dog.
like 25 years ago? How long ago was it? Was that
85, 80. I wasn't born yet. This is like when the Bears were rolling, dude.
Wow, I tell you what, if people listen to our podcast,
He used to
it's
drink,
mostly Chicago
He used to
folks.
drink Rumplemints.
The people,
and shit.
I remember that absolutely. People who are not from Chicago who are listening to this podcast, and I
We
hope we
put
have
them down,
some,
dude.
You have to understand the level of alcoholism in that city.
it
When I look,
down.
I mean, it is a heavy. And you can
It's
find
just-
alcohol in LA. LA is a booze city. You can get beer anywhere. It's a lot of liquor stores, but it doesn't drink like
Also,
Chicago.
people in the
It doesn't
suburbs
drink
have
like
a "we
Chicago.
don't live in the city" chip on our shoulder, so they act like it. Like, this is a famous story. When the Bears won the Super Bowl, my Uncle Tom took my dad's fucking refrigerator and they put it in the back of a truck and drove it around my town and screamed.
Yeah,
Because the fridge ran a touchdown in.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was just like, that is so much work and just so much douchebaggery.
At the same time, though, you're excited about it. You want to do it.
Oh, yeah.
To go through it to actually, that's definitely that's like 70s, 80s fun to do something like that. That was like, we'll
I
do it
come
like that.
from the peak of every adult in my life. Every time the Bears were on, should have seen him in '85. Not like '85. They were good in '85.
Yeah, exactly.
By 2002, I was done with that.
Oh, yeah,
I
of
was
course.
done with the '85 Bears.
Chicago is, I mean, that 85 team is like, it is embedded in the soul of that city. And it's just to its fabric.
Here's how
to its core.
I always tell people this, like, here's how much the Bears matter in that area. When in 07, when they went to the Super Bowl again,
yeah.
my business is closed in the greater Chicago area.
Yeah.
Like, it was like a holiday.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like, I remember the day before, my boss was like, "We're closing tomorrow. Enjoy the Super Bowl."
And
I
people
was
being
just
like, yeah.
fuck yeah, dude.
That Bear team annoyed me so fucking much.
Because they had Rex Grossman as their driving that chariot, baby.
No, here's what pissed me off about
Good Rex, bad Rex.
Hester was an amazing. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
And
right?
then
He's amazing. But that fucking sneak thief defense of theirs. Hold them up. We're going to rip the ball away. Hold them up, Briggs, and rip the ball. I hated that sneak free. Plus, they had so many tipped ball interceptions that they would return. It was such nonsense. When they beat the Cardinals in that Monday night game, it was such nonsense. But go ahead, though. Yeah.
Thomas Jones came out of nowhere that year.
Yeah.
Because Cedric Benson got hurt.
Was Orton the quarterback for a while?
Rex was. Rex had
the entire year?
Rex was legitimately the NFC MVP for the first 8 weeks of the season. And then he threw like 47 interceptions. That was when they had good Rex, bad Rex.
Yeah.
Like, when he played well, he was the best quarterback in the league. And then because he was 5'8", he couldn't see over the offensive line. So he was constantly just rocketing balls down the field and throwing picks. And he couldn't stay hurt. Your goddamn fucking
Or 'cause
Homer
healthy.
Dome hurt him twice.
Well, yeah, no, yeah. The knock on him, and that's what was bad, is that he was just too frail to
both
play,
knees.
man. Oh, and I think he had a severe broken leg too. I mean, not like Alex Smith broken leg or thighs,
Broke his ankle or
but yeah,
something,
he had a couple bad broken bone injuries. I think in a preseason game, against the Rams, in his second year,
Have you ever
he broke his femur?
I remember this feeling really good in my Bear fandom, and I wonder if you had a moment like this with the Vikings. I remember in 2015, the Bears played the Falcons in the NFC divisional game.
Yes.
And they won. And Rex came in the second half. The whole first half, it was fucking. It might have been Orton.
Yeah.
Because it was Rex had got hurt.
Yeah.
So they had the backup quarterback played, and they made the playoffs. And I remember Rex came in and we beat Michael Vick's Falcons, who were like a highly touted team.
Yeah.
And then the next week, we almost beat the Panthers in the NFC Championship game.
No, they got handled by the Panthers. Steve Smith had an
At the
amazing
end,
game.
it got close though. It was like 29 to fucking. But
yeah,
but I remember
Panthers were in control of that.
I
game.
remember those two games giving me a feeling of like, we're gonna be fucking good next year.
Yeah.
Have you ever had like a season where the last two games gave you just like, dude, we're gonna be fucking good next year?
You know, I wonder if that stuff has a shelf life. You know, I think if you make the playoffs and win a game or two,
of just knowing,
I think that can be momentum.
Because my
and
thought
confidence.
was like, look what we did without him.
Yeah.
And then like, if we get a healthy Rex Grossman with this fucking defense, dude, like
but he couldn't stay healthy. He just, some guys, I think, your size, you have to be. It's a tough position. People think it's a finesse position, but there's definitely a physicality to it.
But the next year we did go to the Super Bowl, and I remember we went like 8-0. Like, I remember being so confident that year because of that feeling I had in 2015. Like, I remember my friends were so concerned. I was just like, dude, we got this. Like, do you not think we're going to be in the Super Bowl this year? Like, you're out of your fucking mind. And we
after what year? Because 07 was...
It was 06. The Super Bowl was in 07.
Yeah, exactly. But the 05 year, you could tell they were getting better, but in 05.
Yeah, in 05.
Yeah.
Because they had a deep playoff run. And it was without Rex.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, but they lost.
Let me see who
the
started
Panthers,
in that
right?
game. Yeah,
because again, that's when Steve Smith was like, "Oh, this guy's a totally good wide receiver." Like he was that kind of smaller receiver. He was a tough receiver, man. He's a tough player.
Let's do this. Here's some speed while I look.
Circle the runways and buy us some time. The choppers can't fly in there. It's restricted airspace.
He's headed for the end of the field.
Dude, they would have crashed into something at this point.
Emergency runway.
So...
The dramatic end of Speedy. The dramatic end of Speedy. We're speeding, now we're speeding, and we're speeding onto an airport because we're speedy. Yeah, they haven't figured out yet. Has Hopper figured... I don't think he's been in the movie recently. Has he figured out that, like, he's been filmed the entire time, When he figures out because he notices the purse change.
Oh, wait. So they played the Falcons in the regular season. That's what it was.
Yeah, but it was a super cold game.
So in 05, that was Orton's first year. So Rex gets hurt in 05. Orton starts the year, and we are not awesome, but because they got a first round bye. They were the 2 seed.
Yeah, the Bears were?
Yeah.
Yeah, what was the record that year?
Let's see. The 1 seed was the Seahawks. Was the fucking Mike Holmgren Seattle Seahawks.
Huh.
They were 11-5, first in the NFC North.
Okay. And they lost. No, but they lost to the Panthers, right?
They lost to the Panthers, yeah, in the divisional game.
But they had a bye though.
They did have a bye.
Oh yeah, so they didn't win a playoff game that year.
No, but I remember let me see if it correlates.
Yeah, I remember them being decent though.
So here's what happened. In December 18th, they played the Atlanta Falcons, and up until that point, Orton had started the whole year. But Rex was healthy at that point, because I remember they said he's going to be out for the year, but then halfway through the year, they were like, he might come back. Like, they were like, he might be good for the playoffs.
Yeah.
And at this Falcons game, he came in halfway through the game, and they ended up winning the game. And that's when I got the feeling of like, dude, we're about to be good. Like if Orton got us this far,
when you played those games in December, some Southern team playing against Chicago,
and then
Green
the next
Bay,
week
the weather's so damn cold.
And then the next week on Christmas, we beat the Packers 24-17 at home.
What was that? It was 05, right?
Yes.
Yeah. God, I remember. I was
and then
still
the
living
next
in
week,
Chicago.
the fucking Vikings throttled us.
But it was the last game of the
34-10.
season. That was Mike Tice's last game. They
9-7.
They fired him, and then they hired Childress.
How embarrassing! Like that hurts when you win and it doesn't even matter.
Oh, that game didn't mean
they were
anything.
9-7.
Yeah, they. That was the year Culpepper. They had traded Moss. They had traded Moss before that, and so it was Culpepper's team, and Culpepper was not up to it. Like he was not very good. And then he had a catastrophic knee injury against the Panthers where he blew 3 tendons like in week 5. And they were bad. They were struggling as a team, but they switched to Brad Johnson, who was a total calming influence and did a good job. He had like a 7-game winning streak, but they were bad. And Pepper blew his knee, and he was never the same player because Culpepper was going to be like the franchise quarterback for like 10, 12 years. He played like
he was
5.
like, I would say for people, if you're goddamn, and this annoys me, if you're young enough that you don't remember Culpepper, think of him as at the time, his build and the way he was being put forth was like, think of a bigger Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. And that's who Culpepper was supposed to be.
Well, he was like 260 pounds playing quarterback.
But he had a cannon and he was mobile.
Yeah.
It was like
he
the
could
first.
Move. Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Really, like it was after McNabb, so people finally trusted black quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So like I remember the ceiling on Culpepper being like, I remember people being like, dude, the Vikings are about to have a dynasty.
Well, they drafted Culpepper. They had 2 first-round picks after the 98 season.
Because that's what they were like.
And they drafted Culpepper
because they were like, look what they did with Cunningham. Like, you stick Moss with fucking Culpepper.
They're going to have Culpepper, Carter, and Moss. So they were going to have this great offense. But Carter was getting old. But they still had Moss, who was an immense talent. I mean, Randy Moss is one of the greatest talent of football.
See, that's where
he was amazing.
That's where being a young fan hinders you. Is I wasn't into the draft class, so I remember when they drafted Moss, not really just being like whatever. Well, but do you remember when they said they were drafting? Were you like, hell yeah? Well, did you know how good he was in college?
It's funny you mentioned it. To be honest, I was in grad school. And grad school was so fucking intense.
You were at Suicide U.
I was
hanging from a noose. I was on a stool with a noose around my neck.
So I was just like, this isn't cool, So, but I didn't pay attention. But when they played that year and that first couple games, it was like, oh my God, who's this guy? It was like instantaneously there was a buzz about him in the camp, and then it was like, holy shit, this guy's amazing. And so they went from this team that was actually like a playoff team, but like 9-7, 10-6 playoff team, a 5th or 6th seed. They'd never won a playoff game. They won a playoff game the year before that they shouldn't have won when they beat the Giants.
I love this when he's riding under the fucking. This is fucking classic.
And then it's Raiders of the Lost Ark.
So
but my point is though with they drafted Moss, so they were a pretty good team. They had won a playoff game the year before, and then lost to the 49ers, who lost to the Packers, who ended up losing to the Broncos in the Super Bowl. But they got him, and it was like the first 2 games, I was like, oh my God. And then they beat the Pack in Lambeau. The Pack hadn't lost at Lambeau in 3 years. They hadn't lost since 95, was 98, and they destroyed the Packers. But
Favre was probably beamed out on fucking.
No. Favre was quarterback in the Packers, and they were the Green Bay Packers, the 2-time defending NFC championships. And they destroyed them. They amassed. They had 400 yards of total offense in the first half. It was like, and then I was like, this team is amazing.
That's
so the point is,
I love Brett.
They were going to do it with Culpepper, but he blew his knee that year in 05.
Yeah, I love
never the same player.
I love Brett Favre because he's the type of dude that would be like, yeah, I was fucking zooted on fucking Xanax.
Well, I think by that time he had actually sobered up.
So check this out. My dad's friend Willie, the funniest guy of my dad's friends, he does sprinklers. He's done sprinklers for Scottie Pippen, all these athletes,
like sprinkler systems and stuff. And
he lived in Wisconsin. He's the people who lived in Kenosha. He partied with Brett Favre and was like, dude, he parties hard. This was like 95, 96.
Yeah.
It was right before he went to rehab. He might have went to rehab that season.
Yeah. Or I think he had a rehab in him like in 97 or maybe.
Said he took a lot of pills, smoked a lot of weed.
Yeah. Well, I know, he's 27 years old and he's a freakish athlete, party it up, boy. You ever see pictures of him when they beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl for the homegrown one? When he, that week, he's on like the roofs in the French Quarter, and he is hammered. He is partying hard. That would be a good Super Bowl. The 85 Bears in New Orleans, they were partying hard in New Orleans. Those guys were alcoholics too.
Oh, dude, I think we've talked about it. So my stepdad said he went and tailgated outside of New Orleans for the Super Bowl.
Your dad went down there?
My stepdad.
Your stepdad? Oh.
This was before he was in my life. This is just a story he told me. But we did research. He was awaiting trial, or he might have even been, this is after he was convicted for beating the shit out of that guy. He went across state lines to the Super Bowl while he was like supposed to be waiting jail time.
Like you shouldn't.
Again, this is what the Bears mean to people in the Midwest.
Well, certainly in Chicago. It is a Bears city, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. There are some cool pictures you'd see in Chicago of like, Ed Burke, who was basically the second most powerful politician in the city, who got taken down by the FBI. They took his ass down. He had been an alderman for 48 years. He'd been the head of finance, one of the most important, like the second most, probably the most important committee in city council. Ed Burke was the head of it for decades. He went down there. They show him like he's loaded and he's playing piano with like Ditka and stuff, and he's hammered. It's like, I mean, like Chicago royalty went down there. I hated the Bears. I hated them. With a passion, I hated the Chicago Bears. I hated them as much as I hate the Packers. I actually kind of like the Bears now. Because from living there and knowing the fan, it's a real fan base. They're dumb. They're a dumb fan base.
It's not an obnoxious. The only knock you can ever give any Chicago sports fan is that we overly root for mostly mediocre to garbage teams. Like, it's not like we have this storied, we have history. The
Bears do enough.
The only thing Chicago has going for it is pretty much every one of its sports franchises were founding members of that league.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a
Cubs were the first professional baseball team. The Bears were the founding members of the NFL. Yes. Blackhawks were the original 6 NHL teams.
Yes.
Like
the White Sox were.
We got the history. They were founders of the American League. We got the history, the legacy.
Exactly. But the Bears. You think they've won the second most championships of any team? They won 9 championships. In the 40s, they were a force.
Pretty much across the board.
Hated them.
After 55, every Chicago sports team was garbage. The Blackhawks were good until the 90s.
Yeah, but
that's how unpopular hockey was. No one gave a fuck. Besides me and my dad, no one gave a shit. Dude, in the 80s, the Hawks were a force.
Yeah, well, the thing about it, and you can see, it could be a hockey city. The mentality of that city.
It's a hockey city when they're good.
Yeah, but the checking, I mean, it's now going to be a hockey city. I mean, rinks have sprouted up all over the area.
One of my favorite things.
And there's a ton of new rinks in the entire area.
Dude, my dad used to get hyped up whenever they would have this fucking... So the intro to the Blackhawk games, slightly racist. Yeah. They would have a fucking...
like a chief, come out or something.
They would have a fucking... like a skate blade going across this fucking ice rink, and they would have... And then you'd hear the... boom, 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 boom,
the drum.
Well, they wouldn't do that. It was just a drum beat, but the more it went, it would boom, 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 and it would just get faster, and then it was just this war beat. It would fucking hype you up. And I remember my dad would turn it up slower and slower and slower, and by the end of it, we were fucking blaring this, dude. We would get hyped the fuck up. And I remember it used to end... They would slash it. They would hit the fucking thing, and then a graphic would come up, and it would say "Cold Steel on Ice," and we would get so hyped up.
Absolutely. You see, it's interesting when I think of, you again, your sports fandom, because you're a quality sports fan. I'll give you credit. You're a quality sports fan. But your thing was with the hype machine started to happen in the 90s. And the introduction of teams, but that's a good thing.
Well,
it's a bad thing.
Also, I think
it's a difference.
I think the introduction, and tell me if I'm wrong, is the hyped up, not even hype video, but before Cubs games, they would always give a, last night was a wild night out west.
Yeah, exactly.
It was always this previously on the Chicago Cubs. That type of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So again, the era that I grew up, when I think about the 70s, it was just the fields were all shitty.
Just some racist.
And it was just hot dog wrappers and
we're here for baseball.
On the field.
Sit down, shut the fuck up. First pitch.
We were talking this before we got on air. I distinctly remember.
Next up, a black guy. He's good.
I distinctly remember sitting in the bleachers of a Cubs game in '89. The Reds and the Cubs. It was either the Reds won they didn't win the World Series. They had Sabo and Eric Davis. Eric Davis was in the outfield. They had Hal Morris. They had
Young Barry
Larkin. Yeah, I mean they were an up and coming team. The
Paul
Cubs beat
O'Neill.
them.
They had Paul O'Neill.
They did not have him yet. They did have him. They did have him. Yes, right. They did have him because they traded him. Yeah,
they had Paul O'Neill when he could catch a baseball.
Yeah.
The Yankees had I can swing a bat. Paul O'Neill.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but I remember in the bleachers. And just some guy behind me, some Chicago guy. Hey, Eric Davis, I think you're a turd burglar. Just yelling, loudly yelling it, and being okay, that's appropriate. That's sort of allowed. That's what the sporting. It was like the nativist impulses, and the 70s was so much more raw. They didn't pay for security back then, so when fights would break out, they would last. They'd make an ebb and a flow to fights. When I was a kid,
this will be a good lean.
Grown men fight. I'm
by the way, don't think I haven't lost the thread of this fucking Keanu Reeves filmography.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you. So few days ago was the anniversary of a play in 1998 that us Cub fans like to refer to as the Brant Brown play.
Oh, yeah.
So the Cubs were in a wild card race.
Yep.
In 1998. And I'm going to switch over right now. This is 1998, Crow.
Yeah.
And this is Old County Stadium, Daddy.
Yeah.
Look how this fucking stadium looks, dude.
Oh, County Stadium was raw.
So check this out. I'm going to set the stage here. The Cubs, this is the end of the year. This was a big year because you had the home run race. The Yankees had won 257 games.
Yeah.
But the Cubs were in a wild card race.
Yep. Shooter was on the mound.
They were in the heat of it. Shooter was on the mound. His heart was we got the good years of his heart.
You did.
And he saved 50 ball games that year and blew like 30. Like he could have had like 90 saves.
He also, he threw it like 86 miles an hour, but you know what he had? He had a pair. He didn't give a shit. He threw it up there. That's what I always respected about the shooter.
So this was a fucking, I'm going to try and fast forward a little. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's Old County Stadium.
So check this out. Backstop, chain link fence.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah.
I showed this to my group chat, and they were like, "This looks like 1976."
Well, exactly. No, yeah, exactly. I mean, they put no money into the stadium when they knew they got a new stadium. They put no money into it. They put no money into it for years. It was a dump in the '80s. It was cheap though. God, it was cheap.
So
for
this
a game
is a minute and 47 seconds. The setup of this
$4
again is Cubs are, and I think they might have been tied at this point. They were going neck and neck with the Mets. Fucking, I hate the Mets.
Yeah. Yes.
And they were winning this ball game. This was very important. Sosa had, I think, hit his 65th home run or something like that.
Yep.
And Shooter's in. I think fucking Jeremy Burnitz is up. You have fucking old Brewers, and this happens.
2-2. Jenkins with a quality at bat here.
Oh, it's Chip Carey.
Back ready.
Jeff Jenkins.
Here it comes.
Routine fly ball, you'd think, Crow.
Back, still going.
You'd think. No.
Dropped it. Oh, he dropped it.
Booted it, dude.
No, 2-run score.
Yeah. He lost it in the sun. It was a bright sun.
They go ahead, they win the game.
The run scored, and the Milwaukee Brewers have won it.
Crow, I was out
it.
of my mind.
The ball was in his glove.
Out of my mind. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
How do you drop that?
Yeah, I remember this play. I remember
This was when I was really starting to get introduced to Cubdom.
Yeah, exactly.
Of like, I remember being upset and my grandpa being like, get used to this.
Yeah.
Like, this is nothing.
I got to admit it. That story you told me your grandfather when in 03 when they lost.
He said, I'll never see it.
And I mean, I was like, that's a big moment. Like, you can write that. That's like a little moment in a play or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, because whatever. Listen. I don't know if you know this, Keith. This is a fact. I'm never going to see the Minnesota Vikings win a Super Bowl. I'm never going to. Do you know how much emotional energy I put into the Minnesota Vikings?
Bro, I know I shouldn't talk.
Do you know how much I've done? I mean, this is 43 years of my life.
I know I shouldn't talk.
You know?
Because I'm like, it's not like we have fucking Joe Montana, but Kirk Cousins does not look good
he's
this
a bum.
year.
He's a bum.
Because he's not.
He's a bum.
But like this year, these first two games, he looks bad, dude.
Yeah, I actually haven't really watched any of the games.
Like, he looks rattled. I think something's wrong with him.
Well, they traded.
He looks all Mitched
Diggs, and I think that something too. The fact is, this is the truth. I believe this. I don't know. I don't read about it.
He's a very meticulous guy. He's got like a list.
Yeah, his days are 10-minute days.
Wank up, open my left eye, open my right eye,
and I don't think if the routine is messed with, there's a strength in that discipline. He made it to the NFL, and he's got a $30 million a year contract. But he's extremely rigid. I believe
we can't sell him short. We're talking about a national champion here, pal.
He can't. He's not smooth.
National title with the Spartans.
He can't. They didn't win a national title, but they went to a couple.
They won the
games.
Rose Bowl, didn't they?
They didn't actually in the year of Russell Wilson. Oh no, they did. They went to the year after.
Who'd they win? They won with fucking.
Didn't they? And they beat Stanford.
Yeah, who was it? It was someone who's in the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, they've had some decent quote. Not Drew Stanton because that's older, and not Tony Banks. That's really old. Yeah, this is when
It might have been Drew Stanton.
Yeah.
2014.
Yeah.
They fucking won, dude.
Yeah, they beat Stanford. They beat Stanford. Wisconsin couldn't beat Stanford.
24-20.
Yeah, it was a good game. It was a
Mark
good solid.
D'Antonio, he's like fucking Izzo. We're like O'Keefe, my buddy who went to Michigan State. He was like, yeah, Mark D'Antonio will never be fired.
Well, he quit, though. He's not coaching in this
No shit.
Yeah, he left. He quit coaching. I think, honestly, I think he was getting burnt out. You know, I think he was burnt out on the whole thing. Also, the fact is that program he ran there, it was, they played, I mean, every program is dirty in its own way, but they had a, you know, they bent the rules a little bit, I believe, for their program, you know. Their defenses were, this is going to be rough when I'm ready to say, it was a prison squad defense. That they'd always like give you an extra elbow on the sideline and shit, and they'd roll up on you and stuff on defense, like within the sort of rules of the game, just to annoy you. Still, you know, that's how they played it. You know,
so they had Jeremy Lankford as the running back. Why the fuck is this such a mystery of who their goddamn quarterback was?
Yeah, exactly.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, for 2000.
Oh, it's all the way down there.
Yeah, it was a huge roster. Yeah, who was the quarterback? Keanu Reeves, man, he was a heartthrob.
So it was
Keanu Reeves,
Connor Cook.
Oh yeah,
Connor Cook.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, but yeah, but the point
they won that though.
We were talking about that. I don't know what we were saying about what the threat
I think we were just talking about football. I mean, we can go back to the Keanu Reeves filmography because we still haven't talked about Johnny Mnemonic.
Yeah, that's true. I never saw Johnny Mnemonic.
I haven't either.
That was that weird like cyber area, like the mid '90s. You know, like a Strange Days.
Dude, do you remember Dark
Johnny
City?
It's
Dark City's good actually.
I remember I saw Strange Days.
A lot
in
of
the
directors named Vincent making movies.
Hey, Vince.
Oh my God, Johnny Mnemonic. In 2021, society is deeply engaged in a virtual internet, which has been oh my God, this is like killing it, which has a degenerative effect referred to as nerve attention syndrome, attenuation syndrome, or NAS. Oh, that's fucking great.
Yeah. So basically, it's prescient. They predicted what the world is like right now.
Yeah. Well, we're Idiocracy.
Yeah.
Then we have A Walk in the Clouds, 95.
Oh yeah, that's when he was.
That's like a drama.
Yeah,
right? He's a cowboy. He plays a cowboy, but one that doesn't get fucked in the ass. Chain Reaction.
Oh, I know someone who was in that movie, and it was so bad.
You were like the shit in stand-up, so you probably knew the business.
Oh, of course,
point.
man, absolutely. And like he was, because they filmed a bunch of it in Chicago. Chain Reaction. He walked out of the movie that he was in.
That's great.
He was like, this movie is so bad. He had to walk.
What a baller move.
I think he was like, I don't know if it was a speaking part, but it was a sustained moment on camera. Like it was like he was going to be on camera or on film for, I don't know, 7 seconds or something. He was going to be part of a crowd.
Yeah.
You know.
By the way, in case you didn't know, we're on
103.8 FM Talk Radio.
Just got to do a call. You got to let them know. We got Feeling Minnesota, 1996.
That's when Cameron Diaz was in there. I think they dated at that time.
He plays Jax Clayton. How do you think you spell Jax, Crow?
Jax.
JJ. AKS.
Oh God.
Jax. My name is Jax. And then he kind of starts finding his groove again. Like 97, he does Devil's Advocate.
Oh,
99 is The
movie.
Matrix. The Matrix was truly...
Yeah, The Matrix like thrust him into a new level. Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Because you know goddamn well A Walk in the Clouds, he was like, I'm going to win an Oscar.
I'm going to try to, because I want to be taken seriously as an actor. I just make your
Alfonso Arau is directing this. Dude, I always get impressed. I just want a Wikipedia page, Crow. That's my new goal in show business.
That'll
you know how hard it is to get a Wikipedia page?
Sure.
Me and my friends used to make Wikipedia pages for my dad's crackhead friends. Fantastic.
That's hilarious, man.
They get taken down immediately, dude. The Wikipedia people are on their game.
Yeah.
I applaud them.
Yeah.
So, A Walk in the Clouds is a garbage fucking movie. No.
It's supposed
Anthony
to
fucking Tony Quinn.
Anthony Quinn's in it. Oh God.
Ada Sanchez, Aitana, some fucking.
Oh yeah, no, it had a cast.
Some fucking broad. It's based on the 1942 Italian film Four Steps in the Clouds. I don't get what American movies do. What's wrong with Four Steps into the Clouds? You got to make it a walk into the clouds. A walk in the clouds makes it sound like a Disney movie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, they're afraid. They're afraid the marketing people.
Four Steps in the Clouds is about death. Real shit.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the fucking plot of this movie? Post-World War II, Sergeant Paul Sutton returns to San Francisco to reunite with his wife Betty, whom he married following a whirlwind courtship. Back when you can have a whirlwind courtship and it wasn't stalking.
Yeah.
Whirlwind courtship was just like he followed me home from work every day. And then he
wore me down.
And then he goosed me. And I was like, fine, I'll go out with you.
Yeah, man. Think about like old 60s Hollywood. Think about how many asses got pinched in 60s Hollywood.
So it's the day before he goes to the Pacific. He goes to the Pacific Theater. Very aggressive war over there in the Pacific.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely.
The war has left him with emotional scars, obviously, and he experiences flashbacks on a regular basis. So yeah, it's just he comes back home and shit's different.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. Sums it up.
Right
Comes
there.
back home. Shit's different. Exactly. That's a regular guy from WXR, XRT. Yeah, that's hilarious, man. That was good. That was a good review. It's a good moment.
Well, so let me try and get this. So his reunion with Betty is strained, especially after he discovers that although he has written her almost every day, she stopped reading them after the first few. What a horror, dude.
Well, but yeah, of course. You're getting inundated by letters. Your Dear John. Oh, no, there wasn't a Dear John. Dear John was the breakup letter.
She keeps all the unopened letters. So he's determined to make a go of this relationship. He's establishing a new career of himself. She insists that he continues to sell chocolates door to door, and he sets off to Sacramento, chocolate capital of the world. En route, he meets fellow train passenger Victoria Aragon. She's Mexican. Spicy. Her family owns a vineyard in Napa Valley, so they start doing things.
Yeah, exactly.
Victoria is accosted by two men on their bus to San Francisco. Whoa. Paul intervenes and ends up beating them up in self-defense. Now, he probably wanted that written in.
Yeah.
This just seems like a shell shock. He's like, can I beat up a guy?
I'm going to come back.
I'm Johnny Mnemonic.
I'm a physical actor. Those discussions, how often do those happen, you think? You know what I mean? Like, where the actor and the director are like, okay, we're going to go off script here, okay? I got an idea for this moment.
So as far as I know,
is that allowed?
Return Crow, this movie ends up being about him trying to get ingratiated to this Mexican family. Victor.
Yeah.
Alberto, her father's infuriated. It seems to me that they abandoned the fucking whore girlfriend almost immediately.
Well, of course, because, it's the gringo coming in.
Yeah.
It's a love that's forbidden.
So he probably thought, let's see what this reception was. Roger Ebert gave that 4 out of 4 stars, his highest rating.
Yeah.
A Walk in the Clouds is a glorious romantic fantasy, aflame with passion and bittersweet longing. It's easy to be so poetic when you have a jaw. One needs perhaps to have a little of these qualities in one's soul. That was a very spicy joke.
Yeah.
I love Roger Ebert, but he terrified me when he lost that jaw.
Oh, I know. Wasn't that just a bizarre
Why
moment?
would you want that?
Yeah, I don't think you know what... Yeah, you just get a fake jaw, right? Someone put a prosthetic jaw in.
I think it was just like... he did have one, and the fake jaw got ridden with cancer.
Oh. It, too. This cancer was so...
It got fucked up. They had to remove it because they were like, you're going to die of face bacteria. Like your jaw has rejected your face.
Yeah. It's going to go into your brain, and you're going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, he pretty much...
So this movie killed it. A glossy fairy tale romance that's longer on wishfulness. Let's see what Rotten Tomatoes gave it, those cocksuckers. 44%. Walk in the Clouds aims for sweeping period romance, but quickly unravels thanks to a miscast leading man and a story that relies on cheap melodrama. It was 1994.
Yeah, he also was in Little Buddha at that same time. Like, I'm going to play a Buddhist. there was a certain like
chain rate. Yeah,
you know what it was?
Minnesota.
That they were trying to get a foot in the door into the Asian market. He was huge. Like Japanese women love Keanu Reeves, man.
But this in between the Matrix and Dracula is interesting.
Oh yeah, no, he made some like art
Little
house
Buddha.
movies.
Here's Little Buddha.
Yeah, I got panned. I heard it was terrible.
He plays Prince Siddhartha.
Speed helped him definitely. Speed was like that was like he survived because of Speed. You know what I mean?
I think that gave him like we won't make fun of you anymore.
Well, he realized when he did Point Break and then this, it's like okay, this is kind of what I,
Dog, this movie reeks of cultural appropriation. Bridget Fonda, Keanu Reeves, and then a bunch of actual colored people. It's about Tibetan Buddhist monks from a monastery. Already, I don't want to see this movie.
Well, that was like the Buddhist thing, man. We're still going to keep it alive, man. We're
Rotten
artists,
Tomatoes
man.
gave this a 68% based on 25 reviews, and it won a Razzie. Successful in France.
Yeah, they're going for a
Chris
European.
Isaac was the star of it.
Chris Isaac, for a little brief moment,
I remember
was a star.
He had a show on Showtime. He had a fucking comedy sketch show.
And then he also, he did that song for "In Wild at Heart." What a lucky thing to be, but it was haunting. His voice was haunting. Don't want to fall in love with you.
So you
goofy.
brought something to my attention. Do you want to get into this before break?
Yes, before break. This is before the break because we're ending the first half here. I sent this to Keith yesterday. For those of you who don't know, let me set this up. I get these deadline Hollywood notices where you see like what's going on in production. Are the unions agreeing? What's going on with COVID? And I don't really read them that much. You get inundated by them. But every once in a while I'll pop one on. I'll just pop one on. And I'm looking for basically, my hunting is who are the production companies doing shows with people of color? Because I'm strategizing for when I have my script good enough. So
Crocious is writing a show about black people.
And it's white. About race. It's about race.
And he's white, so he's got a tough wall to climb here in Hollywood.
Maybe. That's why it's got to be pretty good. It's got to be good. So, because if it's good, it can still power through.
Yeah.
Anyway,
he's just like, that's why I have to pay my black friends to sell the show. You go in, you have Dwayne Kennedy in a coat on your shoulders, and you go in as a really tall person, and you're in the coat, but you did all the work.
So here's a secret. That old school, little kid, I'm going
Rascals.
incognito. Yeah, exactly. It's Dwayne Kennedy talking, but it's me holding
It's an
him
old
up.
Buster Keaton bit.
What? Talk about that, Adam. He's like talking down his,
Yeah.
So yeah, so I get Deadline Hollywood. So every once in a while, I'll pop one on. Well, I see a thing, Angel. It was Glenn Close to play Roy Cohn in Angels in America.
Roy Cohn is a mobbed up lawyer who died of AIDS.
Yeah, who was very much a Trump mentor. Had a very big influence on Donald Trump in his business, and just the way he
probably
deals
knew
with
that
the world.
Roger guy too.
And he was mobbed up. He was his connection to the mob because Trump was mobbed up, obviously. So, I'm like, oh, that catches my attention. So I click on it. I click on the teaser, the trailer. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch this because if it was Angels of America, written by Tony Kirshner, I got a friend who's friends with him. Blah blah blah. He's wrote Angels in America about the AIDS crisis, and then he also wrote the screenplay for Lincoln, which I think is a pretty good movie, But the script, he takes some chances with it, but it's good. It works. It's subdued enough.
So yeah.
But so I want to watch this teaser, and it was I've never seen something more pretentious in my entire life.
So here's to give a backstory, not to give this a little bit of credit. The Angels in America.
Oh, it's Tony Award winning,
and it's a
successful
play. It's very monologue driven. So yes. I think they're kind of what they're doing is just a straightforward redo of it.
Yeah,
but I think they're just mixing up the roles. Like Glenn Close plays Roy Cohn.
Yeah, they're messing with gender.
But as far as the tone of it, I think so. To give it credit, but also kind of faint praise it a little bit. I think in general it's a pretentious play.
Well, yeah.
So
of course it is.
But my point is I don't think they are being any more pretentious than the material.
I don't know, man.
Also, this is some fanboy shit. So they actors really get a hard on.
Of course.
So I'm sure when
I'm going to show stretch out my dramatic chops that I too can play the stage. Oh, the stage. It's not just TV or cinema. I too can can walk the tightrope and be dramatic when I'm on the stage. I only feel alive when I'm on the stage.
This is actually, I've seen you do that I've seen you do that.
Yeah.
On stage for like 10 straight minutes.
Oh, it's the stage is my canvas. I'm such a performer. Okay, I have no expectations whatsoever. None. Zero expectations, which is always a good mindset to have when you see something, to give you an emotional response. My emotional response, as you can tell, audience, is I did not like
So
this.
they start screaming almost immediately.
Yeah,
I'm just preparing the listeners.
Okay, it's only 42 seconds. It's only 42
this trailer
seconds.
Starts, baby.
Yeah.
Greetings, prophets! The great work begins. The messenger!
It's like they're doing a spell. It's like they're
Look
casting
at that facial
a spell.
expression. I mean, bring it back. Let's start it again. Exactly. Let's do it exactly. It's a coven of witches. They're angels, but they're actually witches. So,
all right.
Let's do it again. Okay. And believe me, we can break it down as many times as we want.
Greetings, prophets! The great work begins. The messenger has arrived.
Come on. Stop it right there. Okay, the messenger has arrived. Like looking up like that, is that not? That's when I'm like, okay, this is bizarre. Like, I immediately judged it.
I've seen like community theater like videos of this play, and they literally will have like wings on sticks, like while they're reciting these monologues. I hate that this thing keeps popping up.
It's okay, man. Let me go.
I pay for premium. It shouldn't be that.
I am the bird.
Laura Linney's facial expression annoys me. I found that these
looks like
facial
a dweeb.
expressions really fucking annoyed me too.
Oh,
Okay?
they're in character. Paul Dano's a method fucker.
Of course.
He's about to play the Riddler. I'm psyched about him.
Oh, I'm sure
I like
he'll be
Paul
good.
Dano. I like a lot of these people.
Well, of course, they're good actors.
Bright steel. In salutation, open sharp.
Those eyes?
The effects. Well, this is...
What do they say at the end of this?
This is the mystery. This is going to be most of what we're dedicated to. And my lovely girlfriend even fucking delved into this a little bit. At the end of this, they say something. And they say it clearly once, and then it's ineligible. So we're going to go over this. We got to figure out what the fuck they say.
Ineligible.
It sounds like they say cry of the wolf.
Yeah. Go back about 10. Okay, again. We're going to watch it in its entirety again, too. But
Sharp before you.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Let it go.
Open sharp before you.
What do they say at the end?
I don't know.
They're so pretentious. They've literally come up with a new language. Like you can't. It's so artistic that they have a new.
But this has been a new post-COVID thing. So they're doing script readings of old movies.
And plays.
And you could tell since it was probably just actors. Glenn Close she does a scene. She's Roy Cohn. She's a Jewish lawyer dying of AIDS.
Yeah, exactly. Who was again for Trump, a mentor for Trump.
Yeah.
Who was also part of the whole McCarthy hearings. The McCarthy hearings, Roy Cohn was all
when
over
you
that.
look up his Wikipedia, that's like he's known for that.
Yeah, he was a true awful human being. An awful human being.
Was Tom Hagen based on Roy Cohn?
No. Actually, Tom Hagen is his own thing. But Roy Cohn, who was gay, never came out of the closet and died of AIDS in 1986.
Probably fucking.
And he was a complete Republican operative,
just slurping off Harvey milk every chance he got.
Basically he represented all 5 of the families of the New York families. I mean, to make your career on that, he was a completely like that hostile, awful side of the Republican Party. That's just like it is all about enriching myself at all costs, and that is it. There is nothing else. You're just in the way. You are in the way, and I will plow over you. That sort of mentality. That's very much an American business mentality for many years. So let's put it on again. I want to see it again.
American business.
We're going to watch it again. I want to watch
more through
because we got to watch it beginning to end to truly capture it.
Well, it's
42 seconds.
What I think is funny is the scenes, the monologues sound like they're casting spells,
Exactly.
and then they intersperse it with people dying of AIDS.
Yeah,
and then like Laura Linney looking like like Beck in a music video.
But it's all.
She looks like Moby.
And there's a certain look in the eye that's just the look of.
Greetings, prophet! The great work begins.
So greetings, prophet. The great work begins. So they're probably they're.
The messenger has arrived.
The messenger has arrived.
I am the bird of America.
He bothers me. She bothers me. Her facial expression annoys me. It genuinely annoys me.
Yeah.
I find it self-satisfied and gross. I don't like it.
It looks like she's the chick from Breakfast Club.
Is it Harry Carey?
She's about to make a
sex transition.
She's about to make a cereal sandwich.
Oh God.
Bald eagle.
His look is kind of annoying.
Brandon Uranowitz.
Yeah,
that sounds like something you'd tell the Uranowitz.
Yeah.
Continental Principality.
My guy.
He is good. He is good.
He just looks longingly.
Phosphor.
Ooh, Patti LuPone. People jizz over her. She's like theater Broadway royalty.
Yeah.
She's in that Netflix Hollywood show. She gets her box eaten out a ton in that show.
Unfold my leaves.
I mean, not really. Wouldn't that be dope if she really like that was in her
I'm
rider?
methoding it.
You must eat my box.
Right.
Let's watch the end of this again.
In salutation, open sharp before you. Prior Walter. Prior Walter.
What do they fucking say there?
I'm gonna go with Firewolf.
I think it might be Firewood. Firewood. The campfire. The firewood. That's what it's got. This whininess to it too that just annoys the shit out of me. It is. This is really pretentious. You got to admit, this is really pretentious. I mean, it reeks and drips of pretense.
Well, because it's more theater. I wouldn't say this is like a movie type of acting.
Right. Is it shocking?
Movies are more subdued.
That John Wilkes Booth was an actor. Of course, he was an actor. And then yells a fucking Latin death to tyrants. He yells that and does it at a theater.
And he
what
was
an
known.
Absolute fucking.
And he was known. I remember someone told me that like.
Wild ride.
They were like, John Wilkes Booth killing Lincoln would be like if like Nicolas Cage shot the president.
Yeah,
like at the time,
he was a
like
known actor.
He was like, oh my God, like John Wilkes Booth killed the president.
Like, and of course, it was some actor who just lost their shit. You know,
Michael Jai White killed the president.
You know, and then yelled firewood.
Randy Quaid killed the president.
You know, an actor and does it at a theater. Of course, it's some that was.
Dude, did you hear Dom DeLuise killed the president?
There were 3 hits that day. They were going to kill the Secretary of State, I think the Vice President, and the President. No.
Yeah,
the Secretary of State, Lincoln, and was it the VP?
Yeah, and then they were going to kill Kirstie Alley.
And the only one that worked was Lincoln. So that they got the head, but they didn't get the other 2 guys. There was a struggle and stuff, and I think one of the guys maybe chickened out. You know, but Wilkes Booth, I'm sure they knew, you're the true sociopath. You're the one who's going to take him down. You know what I mean? Like, what a bitter cherry on top of a horrible experience. You know what I mean? Like, it's a fucking civil war. You know, like, okay,
they were going to
get killed.
They were going to kill Lincoln and John E. Mack, famous comedian of that time. That's my favorite about back then. Like, back in the old vaudeville days, it was always
that wasn't vaudeville. Vaudeville was like the 20s, you know.
Yeah.
But you're right though. It's like
old school entertainers.
Well, you know, that's what I guess Mark Twain was basically like a stand-up comic. Like in the
I always love those polls though
shit,
when you're like, yeah, fucking Andrew Dice Clay was like the highest touring comedian. They're just like, actually, Roy Cricket drew more money in the Nickelodeon era. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, we're talking about
modern fucking history.
Well, I've told you this story before.
Fuck out of here with your Walter Johnson bullshit. I don't care if he won 900 games.
No stats, no numbers even are real pre-World War II. World War II like upped statistics a lot. Like that was all part of the analysis of the war. Like it very much made like econometrics, the very beginnings of like computers and
stuff.
They
should have done what soccer did and just done career stats because Babe Ruth barnstormed. Like he probably hit 200-300 more homers than he actually did.
Just making some extra money on the side.
In the fall, they'd go play fall ball.
Yeah, or did he ever go to like Cuba and stuff? Or play
no,
down
but
there?
he barnstormed a lot.
Yeah,
there's actually a documentary about his summer of barnstorming.
Wow. Well, because I know back in the day, that was one of the things that was charming.
They would hit like 60 home runs a game.
What I liked about Eau Claire, Wisconsin, when I first moved there, was was they had a team, the Eau Claire Cavaliers. They had a semi-professional baseball team in a town of 50,000 people. You know,
we got coming up. Daddy.
I always thought that was kind of a cool thing that it still had a charm of old school America. Back in the day, every town had a baseball team. Every town had a baseball team. A town of 8,000 people in Kansas had a baseball team. Every town had so you would travel around and play other baseball teams. So you could barnstorm. You could do that. You know. Is it speed boxing? Is he speed bagging the clown?
No, it's fucking Rocky Balboa. And then Casino's on it.
It's Rocky. Casino would be a good one to watch a little bit.
Yeah.
But should we call it a half?
Yeah, we'll fucking take a break, and then we'll be back, and we got a word from our sponsor. This week it's a crazy guy on a bus.
Great. That dude got fired. But that's not
approaching 3rd and Bonnie Bray
involved with any domestic terrorisms or anything to that degree. No more than somebody knocking on the door saying, give me all the guns that we know that's in your basement. No, so we're gonna come in and, you know, and if you really wanted the guns, supposedly that these people had, there's a thing called secluding, where you seclude and arrest them, each and every individual as they come off the compound, or if you're really
approaching 3rd at Union, followed by 3rd
on
and
top
Nova.
of it.
Stop requested. Please use rear exit.
They're not called that anymore. What are they? Are they called the
Wizards?
Wizards. You know, my name for them was they should have been called the Washington Justice, and the court they played on they call it the Supreme Court. That's what they should have done. They should have marketed that. You know, that's what it should have been.
All right.
Hello, Larry.
It's just official now. We've been recording for about 20 seconds.
But it's the truth. And cheering for them, they got Purvis Ellison. They had. You know, that with
what
the number
a great
one pick,
name.
that they got Kwame Brown. They never get the dominant
Jordan
player.
drafted Kwame Brown. That was bad.
They did not get Shaquille O'Neal. All right, they didn't get Tim Duncan. They got guys who were like these stretches. Like, what is going on? Like, you know, bad decisions. I mean, they have been a terrible franchise. I don't care about the NBA because
it was the one time where
and they were great
because the Bullets just changed their name.
Because they wanted that was
but
like,
it seemed like an expansion team.
Of course, because they were so bad.
The Bullets made the playoffs, and then the next year they were the Wizards and were dog shit.
Yeah.
With Juwan Howard and Chris Webber.
Yeah, and they made so many bad decisions.
Didn't they have Stackhouse?
They had Stackhouse for a while. Yeah, like they had Juwan Howard,
George Mirasan's ugly ass,
Calbert Cheney.
George Mirasan, for people, just to get a picture, you can either Google him or just trust when I say he looked like a dented tin can.
Yeah, he had a pituitary gland issue.
Oh boy, I think he might have been Croatian.
Wait, it's when the wall came down. He was in a what's his name? Billy Crystal movie.
Yeah,
with Giant, and he's giving a hug. Oh,
looked
a gentle giant who's tall,
like a mangled potato.
Yeah, not a handsome man.
No.
I think was he Romanian? I think he might have been Romanian.
I think so.
Because I remember, it was in the wall.
Mirasan, he might have been some sort of French too. The French.
Well, that's right.
Rape my
I
family.
think Romania is I think its language is related to France.
That's my fucking great. So do you remember fucking Charlie fucking, God damn it, he's Charlie Saturday on Twitter, but fucking comic, big
Charlie Callis?
No.
No.
He had a joke where he would say, like, sportscasters are always asking him, like, is this the biggest game of your life? Like, you just hit the final second shot in the Western Conference Finals. Is this the biggest game of your life? And he was just like, I always like when they ask like a Serbian guy that, because he's just like, or a Croatian guy, and he was just like, no, the biggest game of my life is against Serbia because they murdered my family.
Yeah, I mean that war in the early '90s was a big. There was concern that's the same area where World War I started. There was real concern during that war. That was a war that was won purely through American air power. American air power was completely lethal.
He was Romanian.
Yeah, I thought so.
7'7".
Is he still alive?
Yes, he's 49 years old.
Wow.
He looks like Jerry Sloan. He looks like a stretched out Jerry Sloan.
Yeah.
Here, let me pull him up.
Absolutely,
for the people.
He had, he actually had,
Let the folks
stats.
know what George. This is 2014 George Mirasan, right?
Yeah, he's
dented tin can was on. That looks like a coffee can that's been like we don't have
around.
We don't have a soccer ball.
Yeah.
So we fucking
Yep.
Let's go to the images. I'm sure we could find one from the 90s. This is Georgie boy. I remember. This is the George Mirasan that got swept by the Bulls in the first round of the playoffs in '97.
God. Yeah, they were.
Look at
they were a soft
face.
basketball team. So I think I still have that hairstyle.
He was so tall and so bad.
Well, he was he had a little hook shot.
But I remember his allure was that like he's 7'7". Like you give him the ball, he sets it in the hoop. That's one of those guys where you're like, how are you not a force? You have a player that's 7'7". How is he not just setting the ball in the hoop every game?
Well, I think it's just you got to be an athlete.
Box him out, man.
That's what Shaquille O'Neal said. He was the strongest guy he ever went up against. It was the most difficult guy he went up against.
Is this little George? Is this George Mirasan's son? Is this little Georgie? Look how beautiful his son is.
Well, I tell you, that wall came down.
Wow. George, he looks like his mother for sure.
Yeah, obviously. I think his well, he looks well portioned.
You goddamn right, George Mirasan shines.
But where did he play basketball? Where does he live?
He goes to Georgetown now.
Oh yeah, so he lives in the DC area.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at his father.
Yeah.
And look at him. This is incredible.
Yeah, it can't be him. I know. Yeah, that's a weird contrast. Yep.
I mean, he's got the face. You could see that fucking caveman's fucking structure to his face.
But he probably has some ability. He played D1,
Wow.
I remember Mirasham being a freak show. They have Manute Bol.
Look at that fucking
the
picture.
Bullets
Look
have
at
Manute Bol.
Juwan Howard's like 6'8".
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
look at them.
I know exactly.
Look at this. This is beautiful. Is that Vince Carter?
I love those old Bullets uniforms from the 70s.
Dude, they need to go back to the Bullets.
Great,
Fuck a murder rate, dude.
I mean, they didn't do it because DC was all
right. Now he's
he's
getting crazy with his hair. Come on, Georgie. What are you doing? I'm a Georgie Mirasan fan now.
Yeah, man.
Look at him. Is that his daughter?
I think it might be his wife, maybe. I don't know.
Kids get scared. Of course they do. You look like you're made of broomsticks.
Yeah, he's a pretty...
You remember the paperclip that used to guide you through the computer things? He looks like if you stretch that thing out. So back in the 90s...
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yes. Yep.
Yeah, he used to help you out.
When did those go away?
I mean...
I found them helpful.
When they realized people aren't fucking retarded anymore and you know how to print a picture.
Yeah.
Look at this mustache. Is that Manute? That's Manute. Look at Manute's legs.
Yeah.
Who the fuck? Those are two of the tallest people I've ever seen in my life.
Is he going? Is that Jim Peterson or Chuck Nevitt? Phil Nevitt? Who's the guy for the Rockets? Is it Chuck Nevitt? Not Mark Eaton. Yeah, who is it?
Chuck Nevitt.
I knew it. How about that?
Look at those legs, dude.
Yeah.
You could you could kick those legs broken.
I had such body dysmorphia when I was in high school. This is a true. It was undiagnosed. They didn't have a term for it. I had a cutout picture of my face that I put on Manute Bol's body from a picture. And I put it in my locker at school.
7'7". So Manute and George Mirasan, that's probably why they were sucking on George Mirasan's ass, because he was the size of Manute Bol.
Yeah. Manute Bol played for the Bullets, too. And he was a game changer because he used to block shots. He could block shots well, actually.
Yao Ming. Poor Yao Ming and his feet, dude. He could have been a real legend.
Oh, yeah. He was a great player. Is that Sean Bradley?
Yeah. 7'6".
Jesus Christ. Well, it's just, it's hard to run up a court
the
like
original Twin Towers, right?
Yeah, there's Ralph Sampson and Olajuwon. Olajuwon was only 6'10".
I hate Rick Smits with a fucking passion,
He was a good player, though.
If you want to put a face to white nationalism, I guarantee you it's Rick Smits, dude.
The Dutch are tall people. They're tall. I took it as a compliment when I was over there. People started
Mark
speaking
Eaton?
to me in Dutch.
I love how he's next to Kareem and it's just like, yeah, Mark Eaton.
Yeah, Mark Eaton was 7'5".
7'4".
That was one of the few teams that actually, the Jazz used to give the Lakers a tough series back
The
then.
Utah Jazz, the birthplace of jazz.
That was like young Karl Malone, young John Stockton, and then and a tall Mark Eaton.
I'm
Frank
truly
Layden was
blown
a
away
coach.
at how hot his kid is.
That he actually could turn out to look like such a handsome man, right?
Yep. You think it'd be creepy if I followed him on Twitter?
Yes. George Mirashansky.
I want to have him on this podcast and only ask him questions about his son.
Well, my son, I am very proud of him.
So how tall is he?
Well, fortunately, he's
Yeah.
a combination. Am I slipping into Arnold Schwarzenegger now?
Yeah.
I don't do. I used to do voices well when I was young. Don't do. Them
I
well
did
now.
before my voice changed. Puberty fucked my impression rate up.
Just like fucking Peter on the Brady Bunch. You know.
Yeah. See, they recorded a hit when he was on puberty. All right, we're gonna ease into Casino. We got Casino.
Those are my references.
I have a whole page of This Week in TV History, Crow. We got
I
good
like
stuff
it. Yes.
coming up.
Let's do that. We've gotten away from that. Let's do it. Okay?
Let's do it. So
Let's go to it. This is Casino. This is where the money's. You know something?
So to
You're
lead it
from
up,
back home.
something I found interesting because TV doesn't do this anymore because the networks aren't in control so much. So in 1955, ITV debuts. This is the first, I believe, one of the first broadcast television stations. The BBC wasn't doing TV yet.
Wow. Yeah.
So ITV debuts, and simultaneously, BBC Radio 1 kills off one of their biggest soap opera radio stars. And they say it was to kill the fucking opening of this TV channel. But like, I
Really?
just found that interesting that BBC used this one show. Like, this lady was the most popular person in fucking England at the time.
Yeah.
And because he wanted to shut down some opening, they were like, by the way, we're killing your character off and you're not working. Like, that's wild, dude.
Yeah.
And they deny it to this day. Like, if you look up, it's like big British news of like, why was so-and-so really killed off?
Interesting. Yeah. No. Yeah. But that's also that's a reveal of the media. The media is just another. It's all it is. This is when I realized the media was just another avenue or another forum for elites to do battle.
Yeah, run by the globalists.
It was just basically for elites do battle through the media, and it was. I didn't realize that until I actually worked for the city of Chicago. Until I actually got the hands-on experience of there'd be like news stories that would break on stuff that I was working on or that I was aware of, and it was just
that sounds like something a screenwriter on coke would say. Elites do battle through the media, and then they go.
But they do. I mean, it's another forum for the elites to attack each other. It's a little more open, but yeah, I mean, obviously that's Trump has won enough of that. That he has enough of a presence that he can shift it and move it. It's crazy. It's pretty amazing.
Then we're
going through
we're getting into some show debuts. A lot of shows debuted this week.
Yep. Well, I believe it because it's late September.
Yeah, 1957 Maverick. I think I could pull it up, but that was like another famous actor got his start in that. But then we have 64 Man from U.N.C.L.E. 76 Charlie's Angels. Crocious. This next one is really going to tickle your heart. 1982. What do you think started in 1982?
Hill Street Blues. No,
Family Ties.
Family Ties. Yeah, I believe that. Yep.
Family Ties debuted this week in 1982.
I believe that. Yeah, no, Family Ties was a huge show.
What else debuted in 82? We have Knight Rider.
Yep.
From 82.
Yep. That was a cutting edge show.
Knight Rider. Beverly Hillbillies 62, Gilligan's Island 64, 56 is Hawaii 5-0.
God, that
or 68. No, 68.
Yeah, because
Hawaii
5-0. I used to like Hawaii 5-0 when I was a kid. I liked to me it was a good cop drama. It was like exotic. They're in an exotic location. That was the beginning of that. A place you wouldn't normally go to. That was like the glitz of Hollywood being fed to you.
So 1977, big moment.
Yeah.
Big moment on this show, big moment in reality. First episode of The Love Boat.
Yeah, I believe that. Absolutely. Ran from 77 to, I believe, 84.
And has been on Get TV or Me TV or Nick at Night ever since.
Have you ever actually watched an episode of Love Boat?
Yeah, because Love Boat was famous for having like Tony Danza would be the guest star.
Exactly. It was a place for all these like B and C level celebrities would get a paycheck, which in a weird way is kind of ingenious.
Yeah.
Like you're sort of endearing yourself to a certain caliber of actor, which is fine. You know, that's okay. You know what you are. That's your fucking wheelhouse, okay? That's your wheelhouse.
You think Tony Danza's talented? Let me tell you about Ted Danza.
Yeah.
Real talented guy. She called him Ted Danza fucking one night. Like the best mistakes are when someone says it so fucking confidently.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we were having like a slight disagreement about a character and I'm like, who are you talking about? And she's like, Ted Danza. I collapsed laughing.
By the way, we have a debate coming up on Tuesday.
Yeah, man. And we still have to talk about Amy Comey Barrett and how she looks like a pioneer. She has beady eyes. Her hair looks like it's never seen a drop of scented shampoo.
Yeah.
In ever. It's down to her back. She probably just has children hanging from it.
Yeah.
All day while she homeschools them. She looks like she was conceived in a butter churner.
Yeah. It's
just the homeliest fucking bitch you've ever seen in your entire life.
Do you know?
And that's why those religious people have a fucking chip on their shoulder. They're all gross, dude. Hot people don't give a fuck about this. Look at AOC, dude. Cute, huge tits, dude. She's liberal as fuck.
Yeah. But the whole thing with what is disturbing to me, well, first off, Obamacare is going down.
Gay marriage is going down eventually.
And I kind of think, but you know something, Roe v. Wade.
Obamacare is not going down? Oh,
No,
yeah.
gay marriage
Obamacare is gone, which blows because my dad gets good health care. My dad, as you know, is being kept alive by health care right now.
Yeah, it's just.
So if his Obamacare goes away, he could die sooner.
And you're going to do that on the heels of a pandemic.
So I'm saying right now, subscribe to this YouTube channel or my dad will die.
That has, genocide's a strong word. But you're allowing the herd to be thin.
Yeah. He's watching this episode, though, by the way. I just want to say, Pop, you're not going to die. Love
you know, but I mean, it's just like to do that. So they want to go after that. Roe v. Wade has been attacked so many times, and there's been so many legal challenges. It's just been, I don't know how much more they can do with it or what they can really do with it, you know? So the legal experts, I was watching something on the Wall Street Journal, their app, and they were saying Roe v. Wade probably won't be gone, but Obamacare, they're fucking going after that. They're going after Obamacare.
Well, I think, too, they went to Trump and they said, if you do this, it doesn't matter if you win the election. Like, this
is like your home run. It's like it's a walk-off.
I think someone probably came to him and was like, dude, you're going to get fucking wrecked in this election. Like, it's just not...
His inside people know that he's going to lose.
Like, they probably went to him and they were like, dude, do this and, like, just fucking concede the election. Like, this is your...
Yeah.
John Idy said, a 6-3 majority and 200,000 dead. That'll be your legacy.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, it's you know, and he's a gross human being. You know, 5 of the Supreme Court justices have been picked by presidents who didn't win the popular election. These are people that the will of the people is not being served.
You're gonna have Amy Comey Barrett just sitting on her chair. It's gonna be made of vaginal cobwebs at some point.
She's got 7 kids. You know what I mean? I mean, she's, you know, and it's like those conservative intellectuals, they are a different type, man. They're a different breed. They're not stupid. That's for sure.
So it's the Trump administration that's suing over the Obamacare. That's the case that's going in front of the Supreme Court. It's been brought by the Trump administration.
Yeah.
If the Trump administration is no longer in office, couldn't Biden just withdraw the lawsuit?
I actually, the procedures of that, I actually don't know. Yeah, maybe. I don't really know. I don't really know, like, what the legal kind of process is of where it has to be introduced and how it works its way up, you know?
It's in front of the Supreme Court now.
Oh, God.
God. Well, because this is a continuation of last year where they said we're not overturning it because of paperwork error.
Yeah.
And so they're not overturning it because of paperwork error. So he went back, filled out the paperwork, and got it back in front of the Supreme Court. So now it's there. But this is a challenge filed by the actual administration.
Yeah.
Which, in theory, a Biden administration would be able to pull back and say, no, we're not pursuing.
But that's why. But I wonder, are they going to then try to hop into it quickly? you know, and do it before the election or before any sort of inauguration, you know, and just like address it now. But usually their big decisions are made like in late June and stuff. You know what I mean? Like that's when they make their substantial decisions. There's always like 4 or 5 that are like big. They're making decisions through the year, but the end of the year is always the big time. So maybe the timing of that, if Biden wins, I just, you know, the thing that's been put out this week, it's made me stressed out. And I always kind of known this. Even if he loses, he's going to just claim fraud. Is he going to leave? Would he actually leave if he lost? And I think I was reading an article in the Atlantic. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I mean, it was just, they made a very compelling argument. This is how this guy thinks.
Yeah.
Like, and he is going to make it like a constitutional thing. I mean, it's a real like authoritarian bid, you know, which is
Amy Comey Barrett's going to be on the bench just embroidering scripture while they fucking,
you know, I mean, she's got that. Again, that religion thing is just, it's just so rough, man. It's just so, as we watch Joe Pesci kill.
This is how you deal with it. This is, dude, shit like this would probably get Trump's dick hard.
You know.
He thinks he can do that.
Yeah. But this debate on Tuesday, boy, it's, just stay upright, Biden, and try to like not lose your train of thought.
Well, it's going to happen.
Because this is, you know, this is also Trump's moment. I mean, Trump is, you know, he's a TV personality, you know, and if there's one thing he might be able to pull out of his ass, but I got to think
I think it's going to fuck with him not having a crowd.
Yeah, he won't be able to sort of, yeah.
He can't pull back and do his little fucking I'm taking a shit faces when he fucking.
When he was debating,
he's a basker.
Yeah, his level of narcissism is really, it's
hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, you know, and it's intricate and it's bizarre. It's really odd. I'm sorry, and this is going to sound very harsh, and it's with Trump supporters who just hate me for saying this. It seems like it's not evolved. It's more base, and it's very it's amazing, you know. And when he debated Clinton, I mean, the stuff he was doing when he was standing behind her and like making his presence felt like in the background when she was like in the foreground, and what he was doing with the I mean, that's his forum. Like TV is his thing. So is he able to pull one of those out of his ass that makes people think, no, this guy's okay? You know, he won the debate. It's just
So here's something that happened that would interest you because you're the big war guy. Mildred Gillers, known as Axis Sally, a Third Reich broadcaster, pleads not guilty to treason in 1948. I love the name Axis Sally.
Old Axis Sally there. Yeah.
Axis.
What a time, man. We're like, it got taken over. And I tell you this much. The U.S. didn't fuck that up. The U.S. managed that, I think, actually relatively well. Like making West Germany a force. I mean, having a strong military presence there was still important for the United States. You know, and that's one of the things that Trump is like. He's trying to like rip apart, or like not rip, but you know, he wants to affect NATO. It's like, holy shit, man. I mean, NATO is like the cornerstone of like global peace. You know, but it's kind of losing its status with the rise of China. It's crazy.
So in 1969, how excited do you think your dad was about Butch Cassidy?
My father liked that movie.
Came out in 69.
Yeah.
This week in 1969.
I was...
you think he banged your mom after that?
I was 5 months old. I was 5 months old.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, maybe. I mean, I think he had checked out of the marriage. He probably checked out by about 73, 74.
1990.
He's a 70s dad, man. Such a 70s dad.
1990, Ken Burns' Civil War. He entered the zeitgeist. You probably remember that.
I remember that, absolutely.
Was that like a big deal of like, we're going to have this boring... It's not boring, but it's long, dude.
Yeah, it's long. It's long-winded. I remember that being watched on PBS and like, you know, appreciated.
Dude,
you know?
I remember my stepdad had... This is one of the few very positive things I got out of my stepdad. He had the book version of Ken Burns' Baseball.
Yeah.
And I remember when he used to let me look at it, like I would absorb every page of it.
Yeah.
Like it goes perfectly through the eras. Like I just remember memorizing this book.
Oh yeah.
And then they had a football version that was like at my library at school that like showed the Sammy Baugh era, and it showed this random game that they played at the Chicago Stadium on dirt.
Yeah, because I think because the weather was so bad, they played on an 80-yard field. I think like Sid Luckman might have been the quarterback. I think that's
one of the games they won like 71-2 or something like that.
They won 73-0. Like you got to understand, the 40s, the Bears were a force.
They were running the T.
They were a force.
We're running the T down that throat.
You know, I think they won it. Was it in 40, 41, 43,
I think
and 46?
It's called the A-frame offense or something like that.
The wing T. You know, but Luckman was a decent quarterback. That's when they were great, and they blew out the Redskins. They also were in the NFL championship a couple times too and lost. Sorry about that.
I don't give a fuck. They were the Redskins.
They were the Redskins then.
You can't say that
and
now.
They were until 2 months ago, people.
Now they're the Washington
They were
football
that way
team.
in the 1930s.
Did you see Daniel Snyder? Such a fucking scumbag, fucking opportunist. He goes, well, it seems like everybody's taking to the Washington football team, so we might just keep it. He's basically saying if the merch sells high enough, we're just going to keep Washington football team.
God. That's such a...
When the real scumbag capitalists would be like, no, they're buying this shitty merch. Let's make them buy more when we become the Red Tails or whatever.
Yeah. Well,
when we finally buy the copyright from this 12-year-old boy that apparently has it.
Because we're all rats on the food pellet, you know. We're just like, you know, hitting it. Oh, bring it down, you know. It's just,
I was thinking about that at work today because I was just thinking about the rhetoric of the election, and ever since I was born, and this is I think why I always sided with Democrats and liberal shit. I just never understood. I always look at it from the criticism. People on the left don't like Republicans because they do fairly underhanded, nefarious shit for selfish reasons.
Yeah.
It would be different if you really wanted to take over the world, but I feel like they just individually are so selfish that you have so many individuals just rigging their little systems that they live in.
Yeah, exactly.
That it just corrupts everything.
That to me, you're speaking
the reason the right hates the left is because they're pussies and they spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like, that sounds like something an awful parent says. That just never computed with me as a kid.
Yeah. That whole argument that they're fiscally responsible with Trump holds no water.
I even understand if that's something you want to hold your hat on. That, like...
So hollow now.
That's like if you want to have your platform be like, dude, these Democrats spend a shitload of money. Fine.
Yeah.
But it's not like they want to do outrageous shit like fix highways.
I know.
And like make sure that people don't die.
Schools are actually in good shape. Yeah.
And maybe fix schools enough that they could be free.
Yeah.
Like that blows people. Like I don't get that. Even if you want to criticize it, but to act like it's going to end the world.
Yeah.
If we spend a little bit of money and build a giant light rail system, it may cost $3 trillion, but it will make more.
Yeah.
You know how often I'd ride a light rail if you could just ride to Montana in 3 hours?
Yeah.
That would be sick, dude.
Yeah.
Japan did it, and they're weird Japanese people.
Yeah.
That's what an American would say. That's what I would say. You gonna let these fucking Japanese people get in the light rail game over you?
That's a whole other thing too.
I thought America was great. You got these fucking dirt countries riding on light, baby.
No, it is. My good friend from college.
They're not dirt. I love Japan, by the way. I'm just joking.
A good friend of mine was in China 2 times before the pandemic, and his daughter went with him one time. And it was just like he went and lectured on his book, and he said like the infrastructure in China, the airports, like every single one of them is like immaculate. Like the airports here have been beat on.
My buddy,
they've been
this
worn,
dude I know out here at Comic, Zach Stein, went to Johannesburg when he was a kid, and he said like he goes, when we went, I was figuring like, oh, it's Africa. This is going to be a fucking shithole.
Yeah.
And he was like, the Johannesburg airport, he was like, it was the nicest building I had ever been in up until that point in my life.
Yeah. No, I mean, those airports, they go all out and they're the crown jewel, and it's like, here, man.
I think I've told you before.
Cleveland?
I'm a soccer fan, so I always see like Emirates Airlines, Qatar, like you see all these Middle Eastern airlines. And I used to think like, oh, Emirates Airlines, that must be like a shack in the sky. Like that must be such a garbage airline.
No.
And then you look it up, and it's the best. China Airlines and Emirates, I think, are 1 and 2, like best airlines in the world. And I've looked up why the United States will never. The closest they ever came was fucking Pan Am. And the reason all that shit died out here is because they went for profitability over customer service.
Yeah.
And the reason those Emirates airlines are so hoity-toity and nice is because they put passenger comfort over everything, which means no fatties, no uglies.
Yeah.
They're very discriminatory in their hiring process. It's all hot people giving you your fucking pillows.
Yep.
But from all the shit I've read, they said in the long run, as far as the mystique, like that matters in the long run. Of like they've never budged from that. Like when you ride on Emirates Airlines, it's beautiful people on a beautiful plane. Like it doesn't matter how much it costs or how much you don't like it. You're gonna like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not going to care about the discrimination when you're taking a fucking shower on a plane.
Yeah.
And the stewardess are paid well. They have, and I've heard unions, people like unions busting out here was a lot of the reason why the airlines failed.
Yeah.
Because they have garbage unions.
Well, I can tell you, a good friend of mine in Chicago worked for a model build, an architectural firm. He ran their modeling shop. You know, occasionally they have the need to build an actual model of the building still. And he builds like very kind of intricate, good models. You know, he's applied his art. And so he had to do a build. It was a 40-story off-the-grid green building at the United Arab Emirates at Abu Dhabi. So he got to go there, and he flew first class on like, I don't know what, it might have been Lufthansa. It was a good airline. And he said it was just pretty amazing. It's a pretty amazing experience. You get really good food, these good cookies and stuff they have. Plus they have great booze, and the booze is flowing, man. People are getting hammered on the flight. And then first, it's just nice. You know, he said it was a great trip. I've always been like the Southwest guy. Like, just get me on there, you know?
Yeah. I'm trying to find the article I read of like, they were giving step-by-step like reasons of why airlines are different in America. But yeah, it was just in a broad sense. It was just like,
well, they deregulated it in the 70s.
It was basically like unions, and like, and they basically larger said when they went with like they went with cheaper tickets, like they wanted to lower the tickets so people went more. Like they just went with quantity over quality.
Yeah, it basically it became Greyhound. It's just a bus
exactly.
In the sky,
they said it like that. They were like in the 60s through the 80s, flying was a very luxurious thing in the United States.
In the 80s, it started to change. But I remember being a kid in the 70s and flying, and you got a good, it was a decent enough.
But then they basically said they were like sometime in the 80s and 90s, they realized you can make more money if you just make it like a bus in the sky.
Yeah, and just put them
like
up there.
bare bones, 20
They'll
seats
still have
on a
alcohol,
plane.
but they don't give you the food.
Yeah,
and the services. It's,
and then they also added in, and then you have like the hiring process is a lot broader now.
Yeah.
So those stuck up people who don't want to look at ugly people are not going to fly on. They're going to take the hoity-toity airlines.
Yeah. I definitely a step
Remember
up for me was
Continental Airlines.
Absolutely. Remember Northwest Airlines?
Yeah.
Northwest
TWA.
That TWA was based in St. Louis. Northwest was based.
I flew
in
on TWA after that fucker crashed.
Wow. Yeah, I remember that in '96.
Dude, that killed the airline. They
Yeah.
went down after that.
Yeah.
That was the
exactly.
last big plane crash, right?
See, wow. I don't know, man. That was a big one. I know
Let's
that
see.
much. I mean,
I always look this up because I'm terrified of flying.
Yeah.
So before I fly, I look this shit up.
Yeah.
To ease myself.
Yeah. No, I used to really be terrified. I don't like it, but I used to really be afraid of it in my 20s. I don't know what it was.
I'm fine. I have to like.
This is when Sharon Stone was
be
hot.
still. My cousin told me a story of her mom. It's my great aunt. Whenever she goes on a plane, she sits there and just grabs the things and kind of chills. And my cousin goes, "Mom, you can let go of the seat." And she goes, "No, I'm keeping the plane in the air."
Yeah.
Like that's my mentality the whole time. Like
Yeah.
I don't make when I walk, I get weird when people walk and you could feel the plane bounce and I'm just like, dude.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah.
It just sounds so shoddy. Like, you mean you're gonna rocket me across the country in a metal tube with just the wind? Get the fuck out of here.
And we're gonna be going 480 miles an hour.
658 miles an hour. You know how I know that? Because they got a computer that tells you how fast you're going.
Yeah. But and I hear you, and I used to fear it. God, in my 20s, Keith, I feared flying hard. I missed a flight one time.
I'm honestly fine once I'm up there a little bit.
Yeah,
it's takeoff and landing. Once you get those big drops and things, I can't handle that shit.
Yeah. I hear what you mean. I've also had some rough flights too, man. I mean, because I've flown a shitload. I've flown a lot. I mean, during the COVID thing, I haven't, but I've flown a ton. And like the roughest flight I ever had, I flew once from DC to Minneapolis, visiting my father. And it was a spring, so obviously bad storms. You can get bad storms in the upper Midwest. You know that. Like in March and April, you can get some shitty, weird winter storms. Like,
2009, by the way.
Was what?
Colgan Air Flight 3407 crashed near. That was the plane that crashed in that suburb. Remember the plane that fell out of the sky?
Where?
In Buffalo, New York, killing all 49 on board and a person on the ground.
Yeah.
2009.
Yeah.
I think I remember that. Like the plane crashed and the engine fell on like someone's house.
Yeah. Yep. I remember there was a plane crash after September 11th, like in November.
Yeah.
People were freaked out by that.
That was, I think, this one in 2009, and then the one where that random lady died because her fucking head fell out of the airplane is like the last two.
They're
because this is from 2019, and it says that the U.S. airline hasn't had a fatal air crash in a decade.
I mean, I think that there's no doubt. You know, it's gotten safer.
Here's with the odds too, though. That one in 2009 that killed all 49 passengers.
Yeah,
that's your one in a trillion or whatever the fuck. Like after that one crash, you're good for like 20 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not in Africa. I've had friends who float into Africa.
Well, you're flying on those fucking,
and you're literally like you see the crashes on the. There's like 7 or 8
you're sitting next
airports, like the airplanes that are actually in the ground.
Next to a rhino poacher who's got a parachute.
You know, and it's like, and literally you look and it's dotted with I think, was it Legos? A buddy of mine was telling me when he was landing, there was like 4 or 5 airplanes that had
Sharon
crashed.
Stone is such a rotten hooker in this fucking movie.
They were it was there would be 4 or 5 planes that had crashed on the approach, and the debris would still be there. They wouldn't get rid of it. It'd be stripped. Some people would try to take the metal and use it or something, but you would see the skeletons of airplanes that had crashed on the approach. They didn't get rid of them. So you land, you'd be like, oh, there's one that crashed, and there's like 4 or 5 of them.
I'll be honest with you.
That'd be pretty amazing.
And I always feel like a pussy. It's like right before takeoff, I get a little religious. Like, I don't believe in God.
Yeah.
But when before a plane goes in the air, I talk to something. Like, I just kind of, I make a conscious effort to just give myself to just whatever kind of like fucking chance is in this world. I'm just acknowledging that I am in your hands.
Yeah.
Like you are in the breast of fate when you're flying in a fucking airplane.
Yeah, no.
And I just feel like you need to acknowledge just like everything's out of my hands right now.
Yeah.
So just like hope everybody knows I love them.
No, I've made that. And something I have found that's kind of how I don't say got over it. I still get tense, but my anxiety is about probably half of what it used to be. So it's a more
I'm
manageable
shaking
anxiety.
just thinking about it.
Yeah. I've survived. God, I had a flight from Salt Lake City. No, the one from DC to Minneapolis. Took off 60 degrees, early April, nice spring day on the East Coast. We land in Minneapolis, fucking blizzard. It is. So we go through a front. And it was like, yes, the Minneapolis airport is actually shutting down, and we're the last plane. Like, we were the last plane to land, and they shut it down. The turbulence we had, I was 18 years old. It was a type of turbulence that a compartment opened up and luggage fell out, which is like, that's very jarring when that's like 3 or 4 rows away from me. And I was in the back of the plane, which was more rough. And I remember I was next to this old lady. It was her first flight ever. And she was like, this is kind of like a roller coaster. Like, she was totally like having fun with it. And I was just white ass knuckling it. When I think of truly like, this is a rough flight, and we were really, and like, I get turbulence. But when it goes on for like 45 minutes straight, it really starts to bother me,
The last plane I was on, because I've flown more living in LA just because I got to go back once a year to go home. Exactly. So that's fucking, usually that's 4 planes I have to fly on for Christmas because I usually have a layover or a stop off somewhere.
I guess up in Denver, Phoenix.
Or Colorado Springs or something.
Yeah, exactly.
So going back and forth to Chicago, you're flying on 4 airplanes.
Yeah, yep.
And I've learned to just fucking.
I think I still get tense, but I can kind of just say like, okay, it's you know what I mean? Like, hey, this is it, and I kind of, I don't know, accept it or something, and like, it's probably going to suck, but you know something? It's probably going to end in a hurry. You know, it's probably going to be pretty quick. You know,
you won't feel anything.
Yeah, I mean, it'll just be.
I saw you know what made me realize
that sheer terror of like 15
here's what made me realize
really
though.
suck.
Check this out. There's a great video on YouTube. I can even put it up. It's not morbid, but it's wild. So it's these people and they're climbing. They're like taking video on the top of a mountain.
Yeah,
and they're just like, hey, and then all of a sudden, a fucking crashing plane whizzes by them,
and they caught it.
Yeah. Huh. You almost can't see the airplane. It goes so fast. Like, it really makes you realize how fast you would be rocketing into the ground.
Yeah. You're going 500 miles an hour.
You're going to be liquefied.
Yeah. It's going to be instantaneous, you know, so, which I guess there's a little comfort in that, I guess. But I mean, I just, that plane in at TWA, the TWA one that the movie Final Destination is based on, I think. Because it gets shot down.
It takes off.
Yeah, it takes off and it blows up. And you can't cheat fate, man. You're still going to die. You're a young person trying to finally address with the fact that this thing is not limitless. You know, like you're not a 6-year-old who's pure id or something. You know, so, but it was like I guess when it blew up, it was the front of the plane blew up and the back of the plane was still in the air for like a minute. For like a minute, it was still in the air. So. The people in the back of the plane, they knew it was up. You know, the people who blew up, they just blew up. But it was like, you know, so I'm like, wow. And I guess like when the debris landed, hey Keith, when the debris landed, like the back of the plane was in front of the plane because the front of it blew up and then it came down and it went behind it. And then the rest of the body was so in the water. It was under like, I don't know, 75 feet of water or something. It's pretty shallow. It was the back of the plane that was in front of the plane.
Do you know what also terrifies me?
Disturbing.
I almost would rather die in like a blaze of glory rocket 600 mile an hour than the ones where like it lands and then it just bumps a little bit and skips the runway and like skids sideways and then just bursts into flames. What a pussy plane crash to die in.
No, you still earned your stripes if you died in that one. I also get a hero myth at that time too. I'm like, you know something? If this went down over water, I tell you what, I'd give my life for 6 people on this plane. I do think that way. I think that's rather chivalrous of me. It's another way how I deal with my anxiety of flying in an airplane, which I haven't flown in one since January. It's been 9 months almost. You know, it's just, I don't know.
Man, that would be a fun video to find. Because it wasn't gross. It was just wild. It was just like, you don't even see the plane crash. You just like, they're taking video and they turn the camera and you just, whoom, like you see this. It goes so fast, but you see how big it is.
Yeah.
It would be like if a giant plane was just like outside this window and like it just like crashed.
Yeah.
Like it's so quick, but it's terrifying. Like I could see, like if you were on top of a mountain and that happened, you'd shit your fucking pants.
Yeah, that'd be bizarre to see that.
But you get a real example of like, oh, there's no surviving that.
Yeah.
There's no like, I'm going to shut my eyes and we're going to skid gently into the ground. Like,
no, it's
over.
I've seen like TSA. Is it not TSA? No, what's the National Transportation Safety Board?
NTSB.
NTSB, exactly. TSA. You know, like in Get Out. No, but I was that was a woke reference from a 51-year-old Adam Croces. But it just they said they have to go to the crash sites after they happen, and they said the destruction is unbelievable. It's just, but it's kind of localized because it pretty much is at one impact point, and it's just like. The destruction is just. Huge.
You want to watch some dude hunt Nazi treasure?
Secrets of the Third Reich.
Seeks out a Nazi
even
fortune.
I don't go this deep cut. Nerd.
Allegedly hidden with a secret code.
I think Austin has watched all of these. You know,
this expedition unknown. I love the people they talk to.
And SS Obergruppenführer Hans Kammler.
Hans Kammler was an SS engineer who designed many of Hitler's concentration camps.
Oh, God.
His proven efficiency for slaughter earned him numerous promotions, and he eventually oversaw the secret weapons project.
It's like it's a fight video.
I mean,
hailing from Cincinnati, Ohio.
This is I got Nazis suck me in every time.
We could only be so lucky to write those little scenes. Like
absolutely.
They have writers like, can you write us 5 bullshit scenes of fucking Hans Gerber reading a document?
I'd do that. You know, when do you need to buy? Okay.
Yeah. It's going to be a little, we got 42.
42 is so Disney.
What do we got
It
here?
is race, Disneyfied, man. It is Disneyfied race. It's so it's so
Oh yeah,
sappy.
rest in peace, Chad Badwick Choseman. He was fucking.
He was Jackie Robinson.
Yeah,
but it's just like, you know something. Everyone deserves a chance.
Boy, we got Paramount and VH1.
I think we can all agree with that, right?
It is Black Athlete Night here on fucking Paramount. We have
Coach
42,
Carter.
Coach Carter, and Love and Basketball. Every black person I knew in high school, this was their fucking
go-to. Like,
oh, dude, this was their Clueless. Like, this is the coming.
Yeah.
This is the people my age that are black. This is their coming of age movie.
Really, Love and Basketball.
Oh yeah.
What's it about again? I remember hearing about it. I never saw it.
All right, so I don't want to get it wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Because you want to lose cred with the people of color.
No, I just don't want to butcher it. I'm not trying to get canceled here.
No, dude, Jesus Christ.
All I know is that blacks love basketball. God damn it with this long plot.
Hey, man, I get it.
The film tells the story of Quincy McCall, who's Omar Epps, and Monica Wright, who is Sanaa Lathan. Every famous black person is a Lathan. That's like fucking
Johnson.
Oh, that's like old money. Like, those people are rich. Stan Lathan, this Lathan.
Leviathan.
Fucking, yeah.
Sorry, that was
the devil. No,
reference.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Two next-door neighbors in Los Angeles, California, who are pursuing their respective basketball careers before eventually falling for each other. The film is also the directorial debut of screenwriter Gina Prince Bithwood.
What else did she do?
I don't know. Let's see. Love and Basketball, Biker Boys, just a producer. Love and Basketball, they didn't let her direct something until 2008. She did The Secret Life of Bees.
Oh, yeah.
And then Beyond the Lights in 2014. Hasn't had a strong career post Love and Basketball.
Yeah. So maybe it's a flawed movie.
It's definitely a cult success.
Oh
no, Rotten Tomatoes gave it an 83 out of 92 views, but these are woke, guilty white people fucking doing these reviews.
By the way, Hallmark. It always turns into an episode of Hallmark. We know the show is starting to wind down when we pop in Hallmark.
See, I want to go to
the Hallmark. When I was a kid growing up, Hallmark would do like Quasimodo. He would do like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I remember I saw the Hunchback of Notre Dame on a Hallmark show. True story. Cried. 7-year-old Adam.
Dude, Hallmark kills it. If I could get into this level of show business, we could live downtown forever.
Yeah. You could live comfortably if you did this,
I could have a Beamer, dude. An electric car, because by 2035 we can't sell gas vehicles out here.
That's pretty crazy.
I get it though.
Oh yeah, dude. It is.
So we're gonna do a at the time review by Roger Ebert of Love and Basketball. Fuck the rewoked. I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes because they re-review movies. Like, these are people who watched Love and Basketball 4 years ago.
Yep.
And they're watching it with we have to like this or we'll be racist eye.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, yeah, exactly.
Roger Ebert don't give a fuck. Film critic of the Chicago Sun-Times. The film is not as taut as it could have been, but I prefer its emotional perception to the pumped-up sports cliches I was sort of expecting. It's about the pressure of being a star athlete, the whole life, not the game highlights. I'm not sure I quite believe the final shot, though. I think the girl suits up for the sequel. He gave it 3 out of 4 stars. Some dude from Dallas, Robert Wolanski, gave it a negative review. The film is built upon transitions so weak and obvious, it's astonishing. The entire movie's just black people. No. The entire thing doesn't collapse on itself. You want to root for it as you could any rookie underdog, but it offers nothing to cheer for. It is kind of a boring movie. Like, it's I don't know. I feel like it's very... I will say I didn't understand it as a kid, so the director probably nails like being a young black kid.
Yeah.
Because to me, I just didn't relate to it.
Yeah.
Like, it just seemed like two people playing basketball and then like being in love, and then they're not in love because they're both good at basketball, and like he wants her to not be good at basketball.
So it's a fantasy.
Yeah.
It's a heterosexual woman playing in the WNBA,
and I think that like ends ambiguous. We're like, are they going to stay together? Well, there's no WNBA.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought there was at that time. Well, when that movie
He Got Game era.
that movie came out like
this
in
is
what,
2000. So there was a WNBA.
Yep, absolutely. I remember. I think it was 99 or 2000. Yep.
Let's see what this racist guy finishes off though with this movie. God. He also elaborates on the acting. Omar Epps possesses a chiseled body and a blank stare. Lathan is only slightly better, but she's stuck in a hollow role, and she's so black. No.
Good like saying that, slipping up really obviously. Horrible thing, like Jimmy the Greek style. Jimmy the Greek went out like a shooting star, man.
Well, he got in trouble a couple times because he didn't. What the big one was when he said "fucking" they're birthed from slaves, so that's why they have fucking.
Yeah, no, exactly. With that. But then he also had a reputation. Like he threw a couple punches at Brent Musburger.
Oh, that's great.
I guess like he really didn't like Brent because Brent Musburger at that time was almost like Bob Costas. Like he was a hotshot CBS guy. He was really going for a power play at CBS Sports, but he got fired. But they still made him do the Duke UNLV basketball game. Said you're going to go out and do that game, but we fired you because he was going for. I guess he was trying to become like the name of CBS Sports, but that was all because the NFL Today, man.
Oh, Spike Lee produced Love and Basketball.
Yeah, there's enough there.
That's when you could get into that. Like, I produce shit that like I'll put my name on it, but I don't give a fuck if it's good or bad.
Well, I think you want it to be good, of course.
Yeah.
But it's like,
Spike Lee was very much like the early Tyler Perry in that, like, I'm just going to let black people make stuff.
Give them an opportunity to actually express themselves. They have some ability, some capacity. You only get better by doing it.
Yeah.
So
well, and then people owe you things.
I have a ledger of what I've given you, what you've given me.
Can you imagine owing Spike Lee your career? How much pressure that is?
Yeah, I have to. Probably. If it's what you want, though, man, the pressure doesn't matter because it's what you want. Don't pay attention. Oh, they're just fly fishing. Just out in Montana, just fly fishing. They're searching for their innocence. I think what's-her-face is watching. The Supreme Court nominee is watching this right now.
I'm reading your tweet from last night.
What was my tweet?
That movie was like Moonraker meets Lawrence of Arabia. Something you will never hear, ever.
I thought this, I thought that was a pretty good one,
Oh, that's so funny.
That was a THC fueled one, man. That was. I had a few drinks last night too.
Oh, that's great.
Exactly.
Let's see what the plot of this movie is.
Well, I think it's
while scouting a dude ranch for the outdoor adventure company that employs her. Is that real?
That's a job?
An outdoor adventure company. What would that be?
Is this like comfort food for like really kind of innocent women?
It's a greeting card as a movie. It's always based in some sort of fucking like location that's fucking picturesque. God. It's always a love story. The movie always ends with them kissing. No one fucks.
Yeah.
They fall deeply in love and then they smooch at the end. And it signifies that they're going to bang and have children.
They will consummate.
This will never end. Never.
Meaning this relationship will never end.
Never.
It's now codified.
It's true love.
Yeah, it's,
So she rediscovers her passion for the great outdoors. So she's probably just this. She's wrapped up in this company. She's in the outdoor adventure business.
I know, which is this thriving
she's so
business.
Jaded. She's got a real chip on her tree. And
she meets this rugged outdoorsman.
And he fucking really gets her back into the outdoors, but for real. So
but I've discovered something about myself.
But then that helps her in her professional life because then she cares about her job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I fucking care about my job too. I just don't like it.
She becomes smitten with the dude ranch's owner.
Yeah.
What's a dude ranch?
I always thought a dude ranch there was a senator from Wisconsin named Herb Cole. He was a Democrat from Wisconsin for years. He was gay. And he was extremely wealthy. The Coles family, big name in Wisconsin, worth a lot of money. He had a dude ranch out in Wyoming that was just like his gay. He'd go there to hang out with his gay lovers. That's when I thought of a dude ranch, it was like some sort of weird male prostitute harem.
It was your own private Idaho.
But I think That's where my mind went.
That's where
I think it's sort of cowboys.
My dude ranch is in Idaho. That's what I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just like that's where like with Herb Cole in Wisconsin was.
So I looked up dude ranch. It's a guest ranch, a type of ranch oriented. That's racist. Towards visitors or tourism.
Yeah,
it's considered a form of agritourism.
Agritourism business, whatever. Like
yeah. So yeah, it's a ranch that you like a hotel.
It's sort of like what was
so
it Billy Crystal did.
Do you remember the show Hey Dude?
I do not actually.
Dog, let me take you through a stroll through my childhood, Crocious.
This is another. Is it James Codron? Is he doing an ad here? Look at this cat. Richard Buchanan, chiropractor.
Everybody watching this podcast my age is about to fucking come so hard. We all know Hey Dude.
Hey man.
So this show used to come on Nickelodeon in the afternoon. It was one of Nickelodeon's shots at like not cartoons. It was about a group of friends that all worked at a dude ranch in the summer. And it's just fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you remember Hey Dude, babe? Yeah. Hell yeah. That's why I love you. Here we go. The chick who married Ben Stiller was in this movie. Was in this show.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Hey, dude. It's a little wild and a little strange when you make
man.
out on the range.
I'm looking at the actors are.
Start your horse and come along. You can't hold around the camera.
That guy did a few things.
Singing yippee-ki-yay, like the cowboy. That's Ted. He's the alpha. There she is, Christine Taylor.
Wow.
That's Miss Ben Stiller.
What?
Till the break of day.
Better watch out for those.
Is he the city kid?
That is the son of the owner of said dude ranch. This guy is a Native American. And you know why you know he's Native American? Because he's always telling you on the show. And anything.
In the Native American culture.
My people. Like he's always, it's real fucking aggressive. They really let you know.
Till the break of day.
You gotta wait till the end.
Watch out for those man-eating jackrabbits and that killer cacti.
Hey,
dude.
What year was this?
Early 90s.
Yeah,
I think it was over.
Like
by the time it got to me, I think it was over. Like, I think I saw reruns of Hey Dude. But this was on, like, when they couldn't have... When good shows weren't on, Hey Dude would be on. That and Salute Your Shorts. 1990, 89 to 91. 65 half-hour episodes.
Wow. Okay, so they had a little bit of a run.
We're going to do Salute Your Shorts now. Because Salute Your Shorts and this show were on back to fucking back. Salute Your Shorts is a great show.
Yeah, that's Ben Stiller's wife. She worked her way up. You know, she hit her,
Okay.
Got to make a buck in Hollywood. Young Hollywood.
So Salute Your Shorts is like Hey Dude, but it's it's a camp. It's a summer camp. And it's about the guests and counselors at a summer camp. This guy right here, that Michael Ray Bauer, this fat kid,
yeah,
he's a QAnon supporter now. He's all into QAnon. White nationalist right there.
Jesus.
We run, we jump, we swim and play. We row and go on trips. But the thing that lasts forever are our dear friendships. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We hold you in our hearts.
God, this is disturbing. This is like weird 90s kids TV that I never saw. And I wow.
Now we will share a lifetime of our fondest memories.
By the lake of Moana, sat in the old pine tree.
Hey Dude was okay.
They all were trying to fuck her.
Hey Dude is better than this.
Oh, Hey Dude was more serious, but this is a funnier show.
Camp on, we hold you in our hearts, but when we think
wow,
came apart.
I've never been in front of a camera. I wouldn't do very well.
It was Camp on Moana. That was the name of the camp.
Wow. That was disturbing.
And then
to
at
me.
season 2, the guitarist of Rilo Kiley enters the show. Do you remember the band Rilo Kiley?
No.
They're an indie band. They're like real up in my heart. He was a child actor. He's also in Boy Meets World. You want to know? We're gonna watch that theme song.
God. Well, yeah. Pop on.
How?
Oh, it's look at this. I'm a rugged man.
Doesn't it seem like everything is like a commercial?
Yeah. The lighting is so
so fucking bright.
You know,
it's so
like,
goddamn bright.
You know, it's like I'll get a headache living in this world. You know, my frontal lobe. I don't know. I'd be sneezing a lot. It would jar my
That guy
upper sinuses.
looks like a young Ted Cruz. Right there.
Yeah.
Young Ted.
Oh God, what a scumbag Ted Cruz.
We're gonna have an orgy in this real bright cabin.
Man.
Forward as equal partners.
Fucking remember Beto O'Rourke? He was going to be the answer at one point.
Yeah, and then
I liked him.
He's still cool. He cusses a lot. You know, I think he leans. I think he leans more on that Beto thing than like. I'm willing to bet less people call him that than like.
Yeah.
I remember I laughed so hard. I was talking about him outside the Improv, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Beto O'Rourke's the shit." And one of my buddies goes, "You mean Robert?" His name is Robert. Yeah.
It's hilarious.
But I like that he cusses.
You know, but he
I think it's big
is
that
Texas ever going to elect a Democrat? Is that ever going to happen?
I don't know.
A major state office? Statewide is Texas going to ever elect like a Democratic governor again?
I don't know. Rogan's bringing the blues.
Is it possible?
No, but he could weirdly. There could be a weird
because
injection.
all the cities are Democratic. And they're major cities. You're running a city in
weird,
Texas.
though.
That's a big thing. You know?
Here's also what's weird though. Joe Rogan could oddly, a lot of young hipsters are going to move to Texas now, like, and they don't want to pay. Texas is a place where you could live in a little dell outside of a city. You can live in Clute.
You know,
what's the closest city to Clute? Houston. You don't want to live in Houston though. They get fucking raped by hurricanes all year.
Plus, I don't think they have part. That's always good for a podcast.
The city was built to flood too.
But yeah, exactly. The infrastructure, I was going to say, it doesn't drain very well.
It seems odd. Doesn't it seem odd that they built a city to flood and then they were like, "Hey, black people, move to Houston. It floods here on purpose."
Yeah, I guess it's that's where Howard Hughes is from. His germophobia, they think, developed from that. I'm sure that the technical name because there was like typhus and crap,
and there's fucking chemical factories spewing shit into the air.
This was like the 19-teens when he was a kid.
Yeah.
And,
there were no chemicals in the 19-teens?
But the point is, but the oil industry was big, dirty industry, and there were like awful infection breakouts down there because it's a swamp in many ways.
There were still Vanderbilts around.
Yeah, probably. Actually.
Like not just rich Vanderbilts, like Vanderbilts that actually held steel in their hands.
Yeah, so
not your Glorias, not your Anderson Coopers.
Yeah, exactly. The Vanderbilt, that was a name. That was a main competition between John D. Rockefeller and the Vanderbilts because he had to transfer his oil via rail, so he got charged too much money, which he didn't like. So then he started making a pipeline. So the very first oil pipelines, I think, on the planet, we're actually in like Ohio and Pennsylvania with the oil industry, and it just transformed. It was incredible. You know, at one point in this country's history, every single person paid money to a John D. Rockefeller. Every single person because of the companies he owned.
Oh yeah,
he was the wealthiest human being in human history. They say.
This is the montage. This is where it's happening.
We're coming together, strumming a good acoustic guitar. Now we're dancing. Turning into
Look at that.
Good day.
No, they're like Eskimo smooching.
Yep,
dude. I saw a couple fucking grazing their noses on each other's masks outside. Young COVID love happening at my work.
Wow.
Crow, today I met someone that I wanted to be my daughter. A little girl.
Yeah.
This mom came in with two kids. The mom was awful and the little boy was awful. She had the double fucking cart.
Yeah.
And the reason I even started paying attention to this girl is because this was a pretty large kid.
Yeah.
And she was in the stroller. And I usually am immediately like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, let the kid walk.
Yeah.
Upon closer look, I'm just like, oh, this kid might be special.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then I look again and she's not. She's like, you can tell she's autistic.
Yeah.
Like an autiste.
Yeah.
Like she was looking at this car, and you could tell in her eyes she did this. She looked up at the car, flicked the wheels real hard, and then in her eye, I was like, she's not seeing a car. Like, she's reverse engineered this car. Like, like she's fucking creating new, like you saw in her eyes of just like, I'm creating new technology with my autistic brain.
Yep.
So I'm just going off in my head about just like, what is this little fucking genius bitch thinking?
Yeah.
Like she had inspiration in her eyes.
Yeah.
Looking at this little toy car.
That's cool.
And then I'm wiping down her table, and the mom goes, thanks, have a nice day. And she just goes, yeah, have a nice day. And I was just like, I fucking love this girl, dude. This girl created a laser with a car and told me to go fuck off.
There you go.
I love that. I was like, can I have your giant baby?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Your giant autistic baby?
Yeah. I wonder about that, man. Like,
all these kids are autistic.
Yeah,
people. My generation ate too much Molly, and our cum is deformed. So we're fucking just pumping
damaged
autistic sperm into these women.
Yeah, it's listen, the country is losing out. There's no doubt about it. But so we'll see how this debate goes. Do you think one of them could stroke out? Could one of them stroke out on air?
Not on air because there's a delay. They'll go to a commercial. But I don't think Biden's going to live through his first presidency.
Yeah, I think he's...
I think someone said, and this isn't even a conspiracy, it's a kind of a far-fetched theory, but I could buy it. Some people theorize that they're using Biden to win, and then 2 years in, he'll just resign and give it to Kamala Harris.
Yeah, well, I mean,
that's their plan. Like they know
that sounds like a who
that
knows?
Like they know Kamala can't win, so they're using Biden to win, and then he's just going to be like, I'm done.
That sounds like some decent disinformation too. Although he is
old. I'm just saying, I'm not.
Yeah.
This is like podcast shit. I'm not fucking. There's no fucking fact behind this. It just sounds that's a juicy.
Yeah.
And that's not too crazy. Like you're not fucking altering the fabric of the country.
I think it's hard to predict what's going to happen 2 years from now.
I could see a conversation
to execute a plan like that.
I could even see a conversation between Biden and Harris where he's honest and he's just like, look, just be ready.
Yeah, and also,
we're giving you the clipboard, but you might play.
Yeah. Well, I think he's doing it for the country. I think he's kind of sacrificing himself because he realizes that if he doesn't win and Trump gets a second term, I don't know. It just is going to get worse. It's just going to get worse. I mean, he doesn't. They're not going to do anything with COVID. It's going to still make 2021
Oh, it'll be
awful.
Through his whole second term.
Yeah, it's just like
I honestly think we're only gonna get it to where you just have to get a COVID shot every year.
It's going to be a flu shot, and you have to buy a booster
here
shot.
To stay.
Oh yeah, no, it's a fundamental part of our lives now. It is. It's not going to shift away. It's here until we go out. I mean, it'll be probably managed better in certain ways, but they're still figuring that. I mean, I got tested
maybe in
today.
30 years, like how they had polio and mumps and shit, where it's just like we finally have a cure for this disease.
Yeah.
When did they cure polio in that fucking 75? My dad got a polio shot when he was in middle school.
Yeah, I believe that.
Like my dad has his ring from his polio shot. It was like a gun that they shot.
I remember getting shot with a gun. We had vaccination day in 1980. I don't know what it was. It might have been for the flu or something.
Rickets and shit.
God, I remember it hurt though when it went into my arm. And I remember it was all swollen the next day. It was like an old shot. And they put I remember like the developmentally disabled kids were not happy about it.
A small caulking gun.
Yeah. And the developmentally disabled kids were not. They were. I mean, like crying loud. It was like a scene out of Jonestown or something. I remember the horror of like,
I don't know if you know this, but those vaccines are the reason those kids are like that. No, I'm just kidding.
You're right, man. No, but it just, I kind of think with Biden, I think he is so old. I saw him speak in Pennsylvania, watched a little bit of that. I'm like, he has a hard time putting sentences together. He's so old.
Here's what we got to look forward to, Crow. Me and James Webb were chatting about this. 2028 is our year. AOC is going to run for president. We're going to have the first presidential candidate that will have leaked nudes. It'll be a wild time. I actually am pumped. Like, I think she is like the future. They need to build her up like Republicans build up their fucking... Republicans are like wrestling promoters. They build stars. Like, they make a concerted effort to build figureheads for the fucking party. Dickheads like the Pauls, like Rand
oh,
like
God.
I know comedians who are smart, funny people who suck on Ron Paul's tank.
He's a fucking piece of shit.
But like they put him over. They fucking made him a star.
Yeah.
And the Democrats need to learn how to put their people over. AOC should be all people are talking about.
Yeah. You know, well, I mean, Obama certainly was a star. There's no doubt about that. I mean, he was.
But he was a fucking he was Patrick Mahomes. They didn't see him coming.
Yeah. He was pretty much a genius. But the point is, they are going after, and I look at his presidency and his signature achievement, they are trying to take that down for the life of them. They do not want to pay the taxes. They don't want to have more Medicaid for poor people. They don't want to give health care to poor people. And I'm just like, I just find, and they don't want to make it accessible. It's just, the system is so corrupted that laws can't get written just in the interest of the public good. It just does not happen. That is a naive expectation that I have.
It's naive.
It is every industry's bought off. It's all attorneys from that industry writing the laws, maybe curbing it a little bit here and there. Yes, they're still an environmental protection agency. They don't sue anyone anymore. They don't levy any fines. They don't bring them into court. It's just they give guidelines. Just here's what you should do in this industry. You're going to tell me industries aren't going to violate that? I mean, they're going to pollute rivers. They're going to all that stuff. I mean, it's just, you know, and they would say, no, it's just classic liberal knee-jerk response.
Dude, it's all good because we're about to be mining these planets soon.
Yeah, well,
that's why I have my conspiracy theory is that's why he created this Space Force. If he gets a second term, he's gonna start floating out wild shit like mining the moon. There's got to be rocks on the moon.
There's got to be something going on.
We'll make moon concrete.
I mean, it is. It's pretty amazing, and I want his. It will end one day. It may end with his health. It may end in a couple months. You know, he may lose the election in a month and a half. You know, so, but he's
gonna lose the election, and he's just gonna go 6-3, and he's gonna drop the fucking mic. 6-3.
Yeah,
out.
yeah. You know, so it's just, you know. But then, God, why did Ginsburg have to die? Why'd you have to?
Yeah, you old bitch.
Why couldn't you have waited 6 more months? But I think she had been holding on.
She probably
held on for 5 years.
She probably should have died back in March.
Yeah, she should have died probably a couple of years, many years ago. You know, so obviously a strong will, a real strong will. The fact that she died on Rosh Hashanah is a fucking big deal, man. That's a big deal. That's what the Democrats should do too. Trump is obviously trying to split the Jewish vote. Like that's a vote he's going after. You know, Pompeo gave his speech in Jerusalem. Like, I mean, they are in the religious right thing that's going on here too. Is just like,
I hate those coincidences when that happens. When like she's Jewish and she died on Rosh Hashanah, because that's the stuff that leads to people believing in crystals.
Yeah. No, I know. Well, you know, it's got to believe in something. But she
believe in voting.
Yes,
let's do that.
People have to get out and vote. I mean, I've registered and stuff. I mean, even though it's, you know, he's going to get killed here, you just got to vote. The Senate's got to flip too. I gave some money today for the Senate.
Dude,
Senate's
fucking
got to
coroner.
Flip,
get a Democratic coroner in there.
Yeah. I mean, there's got to be.
You want a fucking white nationalist rifling through your body after you die in a car accident?
You know, we'll see. But you know how he's going to respond to that. I mean, he's basically floated the argument, and he said this. And he's like, "Yes, I'll agree with the results of the election with Clinton, as long as I'm the winner." You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I mean, he flouts all of that because his narcissism is. What is his psychology? Like in his private moments,
we'll find that out later. I think when he's not president for about 15 years.
Well, he'll be. I mean,
someone in his close inner circle and like a doctor of his will reveal tests that like showed that he was a narcissist with real psychosis.
Yeah. I mean, it is. He's
like you said, he likes fucking grudge fucking people. Like he's into like violent sex.
Well, yeah. Well, I think what they say about his personalities, they describe, and a lot of analysts have gone through, that he's actually a sexual sadist. That's actually
like
a real
the story you've told.
part.
You said he got bad hair plugs. Marla Maples told him to get hair plugs.
Well, I think it was not Marla Maples. It was his wife, Ivana,
and they were bad. It hurt. So he said, "I'm going to rape you."
Yeah, he fucking raped her because he was pissed off at her. I guess that's the story. Because he got hair plugs, which is his bizarre New York vanity. I'll get hair plugs. I don't like being bald. I want to get a haircut. You know, and I guess they hurt. So that supposedly he raped his wife at the time, so just, I mean.
And Eric Trump was born.
Oh, Eric, and I mean, the whole.
Or
the
no,
kids,
that would be Donnie Jr.
Those 3 kids.
That
oh my
smarmy
God.
Piece of shit.
Oh.
Well, they're just so smug in that, like, it's so clearly a my dad owns this place type of vibe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which I hate. I always wanted to.
Oh, of course.
My instinct, anytime I worked with someone whose dad was like, got them the job, I immediately wanted to just be like, you ain't shit.
Yeah.
I don't respect you. Like, your dad has smoked crack in my bathroom, and I just want to let you know that you ain't shit.
Ivanka wants to rule the world. Her and Jared Kushner, they want to be some weird political couple. It's just, it's so disgusting.
He looks like Eric Trump,
gross,
that kid.
Yeah.
That guy right there.
And so Biden, I just hope he doesn't fumble too much. That's literally all I'm hoping for.
Wow.
Because Trump tends to do well at these moments. You know what I mean? Like, he tends to bring it up. But he's also 70. Isn't Trump 77 years old? I mean, I think Trump is. I mean, he's
like
in his,
you said though. Someone needs to just like, you're mobbed up. You need to get dumb.
Well, yeah, but none of that works. He just doesn't. He just comes back and says the same thing. The only way they're going to win is by cheating. It's the only way they're going to win. He just flips it back on them.
74. Jesus Christ.
74. And I think
what
Biden's,
a fucking poor. He's only worth $2.5 billion.
Yeah, well, that's even debatable. I think that's debatable.
What a poor.
He
probably pays to keep that Wikipedia picture up. It's a very flattering picture. Look at this Amy Comey Barrett.
I'm going to pop her up.
Just looks like an overdue library book.
Oh, yeah. I want to see her. Yeah, that conservative woman. Ooh.
Look at those eyes.
God,
those are eyes that 24/7 just see the Lord.
Yeah.
Like, that hair is just so like, I don't have time to, I could be so hot, but I just,
I mean,
constantly making breakfast.
Honestly, she might be how ironic, the one that overturns Roe v. Wade. The one that
they won't do it immediately.
I can't, I can't, I don't know what to think. I don't know. I haven't read enough about it, frankly. I should
two adopted. Oh, she's got 2 adopted from Haiti. Look at that.
Oh, she earned her stripes.
Anti-abortion, pro-gun, anti-Obamacare.
Yeah. I mean, she's
also, she is anti-immigrant and has Trump's wealth test for immigrants. She supports that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, she's an awful human being.
Look at this fucking school.
They've been making this. They've been making this play. This has been the execution of a long game for the Republican Party. That they are.
Those are that is the smile of someone who has never come in her entire life.
Like. But that whole like blank stare in the Christian eye really fucking annoys me. It really annoys me.
She's probably a handful of times come close to masturbating.
Yeah,
but then realized that the Lord was watching.
I mean, it's that whole like Christian intellectual.
And then she said, "Bob, can you come in here and lay upon me?"
But she was
she's had sex 7 times because she has 7 children.
She was not a scout. What is it? A clerk.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
They probably fucked
Scalia.
when they adopted the 2 just for ceremony.
She was Scalia's, one of the many people who learned at the foot of Scalia.
Yeah.
Oh, he created such conservative legal minds. It's Scalia. Fuck Scalia. He was a turd. I mean, just. Ugh. And she was a clerk.
Oh, this bitch is like 38 years old too. She's gonna
48.
be there fucking.
She's 3 years younger than me. That's why. Oh, when the older generation dies off, when they die off, it'll get a little more liberal. No, it won't. They could keep being created.
People get cancer. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah. It's especially. I mean, yeah. So we'll see. I mean, I just they're going after Obamacare right away.
You think one of those books back there is titled "The Smell of Abortion"?
Oh yeah, she is
the King James version.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's very much. She is of that Christian ilk, that American Christian ilk. All of this has got that Christian underbelly to it, and the fact that they're using Trump as a battering ram is sinister. It's actually sinister.
I wrote these books behind me. One's called Chicken Soup.
Is.
Chicken Soup for the Life Starts at Conception.
Yep. She's yep. She's
So, yeah.
I think she's a mind.
This is a
She's
big
not-
goal of mine. I wanted to really make fun of her for a long time on this show.
Good. Make fun of her.
For a long time.
Absolutely. I mean,
Like I never. My grandpa had a rag where he would blow his nose in it, and like if it came to life, I feel like it would be her. Like you put a wig on a snot rag.
Oh God! And she's just,
and that's what it would be.
She is, but she's well schooled. I'm sure she's. Who she remind. She is. Here's who she is. She's Tracy Flick. She's Tracy Flick from Election.
Oh,
that's what she's. That personality,
dude. And conservative men love these plain Jane women.
Yeah.
Like this is probably Pamela fucking Anderson to like an uptight, fat, fucking Republican.
Yeah. Oh, they think the same way. It's
what does her husband look like?
Yeah.
What is because she's got that hyphenated name.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's see what this fucking oil mogul looks like.
Yeah. Well, no, I think he's a professor too. He's a professor at Notre Dame also. It's very much
Jesse M. Barrett.
See him, I'm sure they're like a total Christian couple, total Christian couple. They shake your hand and have that fake smile and say, you better vote Republican or you're going to go to hell. That sort of smile that the Christian has,
Yeah, look at them. Oh my God. That is a get off my lawn.
Well, I mean, they're from like South Bend, where Mayor Pete's from,
Oh, they probably egg his house every Halloween.
I wonder about that. You know what I mean? Because they know Pete.
You know what though, man?
Is a bit of a star.
And this is what's so is all these cocksuckers are probably so nice to each other.
Oh, I know,
face to face.
I know.
You fucking pussy.
Yeah. No, it's just
If I was Mayor Pete, I would fucking just finger that Ginger's butthole in front of all these Republicans. Just make out in front of these people.
Is his husband a ginger?
His name is like fucking Doyle or something like that. Let's see.
I think Mayor Pete's pretty cool. I like him.
I like Mayor Pete. I didn't like this motherfucker is 31 years old. What's his name? Chasten Buttigieg. 31, dude.
Are they
look at that. That is, see, these two fuck.
Yeah.
Look how happy they are.
Yeah, it's
that is orgies.
Do they
right there.
share bottom and top, you think?
It's all over the place. Throat, every hole. They probably got a guy.
He was in the military.
In.
Wasn't he in the military? Wasn't Buttigieg in the military?
Probably got a couple people that come in. Hell yeah, dude. He knows chokeholds. Look at this, dude. They wanted to fucking look at that. Fucking old the Homely Barretts have never felt
think of
this.
people like, these faggots is coming out there making out. What's the country turning into?
Look at this. Look at these two.
No, it just freaks people out.
Look at these two. Look at these two.
They are like a gay power couple. There's no doubt
Look
about
at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. that.
And that.
Dude, you want to go on.
Look at those sunglasses that cat's wearing.
Look at him. He's got the face of like, stop pressing your boner into my stomach.
Yeah.
And she's just like, will you please grab my ass?
Yeah. I'm sure it's like when they consummate, they read a verse of the Bible. They've probably read a verse of the Bible, then had sex. You think so?
Oh yeah. Watch a little 60 Minutes.
Hey, 60 Minutes is, they are old too. They're not Christian, but they're old.
They throw on fire. Oh yeah. We don't have a television.
I used to not have a TV for a while.
You gotta get that. You gotta cut that out of your life.
I didn't.
I'm not. I judge a no television person.
Yeah, that is a little bit odd. Isn't
I can't. I've been begging Kevin Hogan to get a TV. He's finally doing it.
Yeah,
what are you doing? I don't like that whole we'll reread and we do stuff for 24 straight hours. You don't ever want to just fucking.
It's interesting. I didn't have a TV at different times when I was in my 20s and 30s because I was doing a lot of stand up. So I was just going out almost a lot of nights, like 2 or 3 nights a week during the week.
Also, TVs were like a big deal back then, right? It was the size of a wall.
Well, yeah, it was big, and I was like, I just didn't think I had other things I like doing.
Like you want to watch TV, but I don't have room for a cabinet anywhere.
But my last girlfriend got me back into TV, and now I'm hooked. Been watching it
Dude,
for 10
cable's
years.
what you need. This podcast would be nothing without cable.
This magical. What's her name again? Barrett. What's her name again? What's Alicia Barrett? No,
Amy
sorry.
Comey Barrett, dude.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm totally joking. I don't even know why I said that. It was
Amy Comey Barrett. Look, I just want to.
Amy. Oh God, that's such a good Christian name.
We're getting to the end here, but
isn't Amy a good Christian name? You know?
Yeah.
Amy?
And
yes. Oh, did she cheat on her husband?
She cheated on her husband with a married man. They broke their marriage and got married to the married man.
She was a huge Christian in the 80s. She was on Tonight Show and stuff. I mean, she had a following.
Closing with a classic.
Wow.
Closing with a classic.
What's this? The
This
Iron
is
Giant?
Moana, bitch.
Oh.
My name is Moana of Montanubi. You will board my boat and help me return the heart of Tafiti. That's what she says to Dwayne Johnson.
Is this Dwayne Johnson? She's acting
So
with?
she's Moana. She is of the islands.
Is she like a Polynesian girl?
She's
or something?
Hawaiian, yeah. The baby version of her is the cutest cartoon character you'll ever see in your entire life.
Yeah.
So it sets up early on that like the ocean speaks to her. It like parts when she walks into it. But the tribe she comes from is terrified of the ocean. There's like this disease that's out in the ocean and it's about to eat their fucking island.
Oh.
And it's all about this little stone called the Heart of Tafiti. And at the beginning of the movie, the ocean gives her the fucking heart. And then like her parents take her away and it fucking gets thrown away. And then the Rock is this demigod who like stole the heart of Tafiti and took it and used its power.
Okay.
So the movie starts basically with her having to go off. She like the first person to leave her island and she has to restore the heart to like saying she has to find the Rock and they sing songs. It's
and they
fucking
saved
great.
the world from climate change.
Oh,
it
well,
looks
see,
like.
this is the island regrowing. So we were at the point to where like it was basically dead. She finally restores the heart and like Lin-Manuel Miranda sings songs.
Who's that?
That's the Rock.
Oh, it's
lives.
I'm sorry about your hook.
Well,
So they saved the day. The lady who does the voice of Moana was just some random Hawaiian chick who could sing. And like, so she's the first Hawaiian Disney princess, right? The first person of color Disney princess or something.
Huh.
First Pacific Islander princess. This is a great movie.
Who's
though.
Who's the voice of the goddess here?
I don't know,
of the
probably
ocean?
fucking Dionne Warwick or some shit.
look, what I did was wrong.
Yeah, fucked up.
I have no excuse.
You fucked up.
I'm sorry.
That's his hook.
You know, it'd be rude to refuse a gift from a goddess.
I'm such a curmudgeon.
What a fantastic
I watch this
way
like
to
an
end the
old
show.
man. Like, what
Crocious.
the hell's going on
Crocious.
here?
You want me to blow your mind further?
Yeah.
We watch this movie all the time.
Yeah.
Like I'll be like, do you want to put Moana on? Like it's a good movie, dude.
Yeah, you know, I'm such an old fart now. I'm just, well, then she's from some island country.
This is definitely
and then
like
they got a fish hook. What the hell?
This is one of those like true blue. If you have a kid, this is like a
pure movie to watch.
Great movie for a kid
watch
to
as a
be
kid.
into. Like
Yeah.
if your kid's favorite movie is Moana, that's
Like they
you're
got a
doing
good heart.
You're doing.
They got a good heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good.
Look, the island's sentient again. It didn't have a face at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Now it's got a face. And
Oh,
then the
yeah.
short before this is great too because it's about two volcanoes that
Who's
fall in
playing
love.
her again? Who plays her?
It's just some fucking like I don't think she's done anything after
Oh.
this. She won a contest to be in the movie. Like she just sang. She's probably fucking all ugly.
I'm sure. I mean,
Yeah. No, we'll see. Moana. 2016. See, this movie was pre-Trump.
Yeah, Jesus.
Look how great.
Yeah,
No,
we were solving the world's
dude,
problems.
this came out a
weren't we?
week after the election. We needed it.
We've had him in office for 4 years now. 4 years. What? It's been a pretty bad shit show. Would you agree? It's been a shit show.
There she
pretty
is.
high. I mean,
oh wait, let me go over.
this whole the COVID.
There's Moana.
Is the cherry on top. Oh, well, yeah, she's cute. Jeez, of course.
Her name is Iuli Carvalho.
Look at her.
Carvalho.
She's a pretty young woman. I'm at the age now where I can do that now. She's a pretty young woman.
She's
you know,
she's on a Netflix
without
show
being
now.
kind of like a creep, you know, just like, oh yeah, ooh, you know.
Yeah. You wouldn't be upset if your son brought her home.
God, I'd be ecstatic.
Born in Kaloa, Hawaii.
Yeah. What year? How was she born? Oh my Lord, she was born like in 2001 or something?
Yeah, it's...
Oh my God.
She doesn't remember 9/11.
At all. She doesn't remember fucking
She
Obama
only knows
being
a
elected,
world of
you know?
terror. What a great world. Her heroes are like a black president.
Yeah.
I
think of my heroes.
Mine's Kurt Cobain. He fucking shot himself. He shot himself in the head.
Yep.
Carvalho stated that she was initially not going to audition for Moana because there were so many great submissions over YouTube. However, an Oahu talent agent discovered her at a charity competition.
Jesus.
What a life. Now she probably has $350,000.
Yep. And that's it. And that
No, she's done. She portrayed Ariel on Little Mermaid Live.
Okay. She has some stage stuff.
And then in 2020, she got a Netflix show. All together now.
Oh, yeah. Well, she's got a little career.
What is this about? Is this about just women being together?
All together now. All together now. All together now.
Yeah. It's just the rainbow. like all high school cliques where you have one ginger friend and one black friend
exactly.
and one Mexican friend and one Asian friend. And then you rainbow it up together. You're the rainbow crew. No. Here's how high school goes.
I know.
There's the Asian clique, there's the white clique, there's the black clique, there's the Mexican clique, and they all hang out together.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
There's no, well, we got one, this, and that.
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking exist. I'm fine. That's the one thing that annoys me. Like, inclusion's fine.
Yeah.
Load the cast with all, but this is not reality.
Yeah. Exactly.
Having this one, what's up? But I feel like that was subconsciously manufactured. Like it was like
we just all lived next to each other. The way that our dorms were set up.
Maybe they did that too. You know what I mean? You check the box off, but it's a form of social engineering and political correctness.
Well, there is a little racism in colleges like that. So my sister, we're half Mexican. So my sister got a scholarship. Part of her scholarship was being Mexican. And they put her in the minority wing of the dorm.
Wow.
So she was with just like Cambodians and Africans and stuff. And she kind of was like, she liked it, but she was like, it's a little off the hook. Like she was like, it is Chicago. Like,
yeah.
There are some fucking thugged out people who run through.
Yeah.
She didn't quite feel at home, is what I'll say.
International House was the University of Chicago.
Yeah.
That was all the foreign students.
But I found that weird that there's a minority wing.
Yeah. That's a little bit. Yeah. That's not. I don't think that's really good.
I
think it's the opposite.
It looks like the UIC flame is igniting nothing but hatred.
But again, at the University of Chicago, it was International House. So that's where you actually would find people. They were from all different countries, all put into one dorm. So I remember I went over there a few times. I knew a guy who was Bulgarian. He was a good guy. I liked him. But I went over there, hung over there a few times at iHouse. A guy in my program had to get taken away in a straitjacket. I've told you this story a million times. That guy Carlos from Mexico, a lot of big Latin American connection with the University of Chicago. It was all the elite. We're going to take over their economies like Chile and make them very free market, very Milton Friedman 70s. So there's been that logical connection. About 6 Mexicans. One of them was Carlos. He was a working class dude too. You could tell he worked his way. He wasn't like they were like the true Mexicans who went to school there looked like Spanish royalty. I mean, they were from the elites of their country. But he was working.
They got that name too.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's
your Florenzios.
Yeah,
your Itzels.
Edgardo was a guy.
Your Itzels. Your Yuris.
So he and he said, this guy he had claimed he had to get. We had this really difficult problem set. The second problem set we had was the Welcome to the University of Chicago moment. You had an easy problem set, then they gave you this really hard one that no one did well on. No one did well. Everyone got 50% wrong. It's their first time not doing well on an exam. I mean, it was like people were freaking out when the second exam was coming out. And I remember I rolled with it. I wasn't happy about it, but I rolled with it. And so all this, we all hunkered down. It was like, we got our study groups, like 3 or 4 folks. The Mexican students were studying together. The Mexican students called me up, like, hey, Carlos, you want to come over and help us? And talk. No, I'm not working on the assignment. I've invented a new form of mathematics.
Jesus Christ.
He thought he had invented like beautiful mind stuff.
So
he invented new math.
Let me ask a question.
And he had to get taken away for 6 weeks.
So the idea of failing something it's such a stress. Now, do you think someone who's employing people from like a type of place that recruits the University of Chicago, do you think they would care if they failed like a test? Like if they found out, like if one of the professors just let it slide but kept it on the record, like you did bad, but who gives a fuck? And then like a law firm was recruiting a guy and they were like, well, we see that you failed a large project here. Would they really hold that against you?
Well, it doesn't really. I don't think.
Like I just feel like in all levels of education, they overblow failure. Of like, if you don't pass this, you'll never get a job.
Yeah, it is. With when I was in grad school, going to grad school at the University of Chicago, I got decent grades. But they have a 3.0 scale. It's a 4.0 scale, but the average grade is a B. It's not a C. So if you get a 3.0, you're actually an average student. Yeah, you're not doing that well. But they pitch it so high.
It's so funny because you're probably still a fucking genius.
They pitch it so high. That, like, I'll be honest with you. I had an econ exam there once that I think I got like a 46% on. That was like a C+. I didn't fail it. People did worse than me on that. The highest score.
Curves? Were there any curves?
Oh yeah, it was a curve. The average grade would be like a 60 to a 65. And I would typically get kind of the average grade. But my overall grade point average I got there was a 3.3. It was a 3.3. So I was actually above average. That's what I wasn't one of the smartest kids, but no one got 100% either. It's a real humbling It's a real humbling process.
In third grade, we took a test that everybody did so bad on. She had to grade it on a curve, so we all passed.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. So it's like that's what they do there, but they also pitch it so high that if you even attain 40 to 50% of the knowledge of what they've given you, you've actually attained and retained something. Like they're giving a lot of concepts to you. So
do they take you where they split? Do you get to see where they split the atom?
No. I think there is something you can do with that, but I never did that there.
There got to be a gift shop. Shirts.
But again, the shirt, the University of Chicago, where fun goes to die. That was always the line about it, where fun goes to die. It truly was a horrible place.
I went to the University of Chicago for 4 years, and all I did was create a black hole. That's the T-shirt.
It is. It's also, I have to give it its props. My mind was definitely stronger as a result of going to school there. There's no doubt. But I broke out in hives in college. I mean, that's how anxious I was with school. I mean, I've had horrible things happen since then.
Dude, the woods rule.
Here's the thing about it. Too. Another thing with a lot of these kids who commit suicide or freak out when they get their first bad grade, their entire ego has been about being one of the smartest kids. And when they go somewhere where they're not one of the smartest kids, it's very humbling, I think, for them. Their ego is so tied to that, and they haven't had other life experience. I mean, I had worked for 5 years before I went back to grad school, so I remember I wasn't doing that well kind of early on, but I brought it up, and I actually ended up doing better than I kind of expected, frankly. So, I did okay, but it was the B is the average grade, and they pitch it very high. So I'd get a 65 on an econ exam. I get a B, I mean, I still got 2/3 of the exam or 1/3 wrong, but I got 2/3 right. The highest score would be like an 80.
Now
the highest score would be an 80.
But you probably knew people who, if they got a 79, they're going to hang themselves.
I mean, it wasn't that bad. They were a little more hip in my program, but some people really had difficulties, and there's a real obsessive compulsive side to it where you get into the studying. You almost get like a study high. I remember one time preparing for a presentation there on a regression analysis. I worked 16 straight hours on that fucking thing.
Jesus.
With a group of 4 people. And then I was the spokesperson, of course, because I speak well, because I had the comedy experience. So, and that's always a value that I had that I use.
Well, and those colleges always throw you wild projects where it's like your final project is create an economy that won't crash.
Jesus, that regression analysis that was such a, because the University of Chicago is very quantitative. It's not qualitative. It's very like you were going to learn some specific math skills here. You're going to take calculus, and you're going to integrate that.
Like we want you to invent a new kind of math. That type of shit. Like we encourage you to create.
Well, he ended up going crazy. He got taken away And the Mexican students were ruthless with him when he came back. When he came back from the funny farm, as they used to say. I remember there was a time he was falling asleep in class.
Hit Chevy Chase movie.
And there was a guy like, hey, Carlos, why are you falling asleep? For 6 weeks you've been gone. Like saying that in class.
This looks like a tampon commercial. That's why they're walking with such gait, because she's fucking sucked up.
They're not wrong.
Yeah. You slurp up that blood, you get more gait in your walk. It's all about the gate.
Is this the Amy? What's it?
No, this is a new one. This is called Falling for Look Lodge.
But anyway,
romance blossoms between a young woman and a workaholic hotel guest. It's all like owners and guests of hotels.
Yeah, because they're always going to some mythical place because their life is so dull and drab, and I just want something to be I want it to be video Prozac.
Look at how clean they are sitting around this fire.
A fire, it's like this is actually it's
So we're winding down, huh?
Yeah, we are. I'm running out of steam a little bit.
Yeah, you are.
But talking about the University of Chicago was, I don't know. It's just, I have to give it some respect. There's no doubt about it that I became a better student.
I'm so proud of you. We're almost at 3 hours.
Yeah.
So
all right, man.
So proud of you.
All right.
I'm proud of you guys for listening. Thanks for hanging in.
A lot of fun.
Hope it was fun. We'll see you next week. Follow me and Adam on Twitter. Keith Pazel. He is Insecure Comic on Twitter. Adam Crocious everywhere else. Follow the show on YouTube, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and every KeithPazel.com has the audio and video. Every Sunday. We'll see you next